Yo, what up, fellas? I know we started off, man. Yo, we need a shot after this, man, because yo, my Mac didn't even want to let me do the show tonight. Yo, the energy levels was through the roof. They was like, yo, we can't let Q talk about this crazy shit tonight, B.
We signed on an iPhone 1, first edition.
Yo, get your glasses up because although there's a lot of shit to talk about, a lot of moving parts in this league right now in all types of different sports. But shout out to the ultimate choke artist now, Mr. Halle Berry, yo, with a gracious donut and last night's debacle, yo. Shout out to that girl.
What the Halle?
Hey, girl.
Salute.
Salute.
Yeah, he went out like a sucker.
I'm glad because they were doing all that talking about is he a superstar? Niggas is talking about is he the face of the league? What was they on?
Are we starting with that, or do we go? Let's get the hate out the way. First of all, let's introduce ourselves. This is my man Cash. You know what I'm saying? We got my man. we got my boy Cash. We got my man Jay. We got my man L. We got my man Q. And of course, this is the first time I'm setting it off. This your boy Grown Ass 77, aka Ra. Welcome to Real Sports Talk, the best sports talk show on the internet right now. We're gonna get the LeBron hate out the way because I feel like y'all be figuring out ways to just talk about LeBron. He's been fishing, but. What's up? What do we have here today, Cash? Because I know this is your idea. I know this is a Cash idea.
You want to talk about?
You got to start right
Nah.
Right
We got to keep it in New York, man. Let's talk.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah, it is
right there.
But look,
right
now it ain't. So yo,
And just like that.
just like that. When I move, you move.
Presto chango.
Yo, B, you got the touch. You got the power.
Yo,
That one ain't.
Yo, listen, before we start, it's good to talk to y'all too, man. I ain't get the chance to rock with y'all last week. Y'all did a hell of a job. The best, probably one of the best shows we've done in a while, man. A lot of good responses. A lot of people tuned in live. But if you're watching now or if you're watching on the playback, I need y'all to hit that like button. I need you to share, subscribe, activate the algorithm. That's how we get in front of the eyes of new subscribers, potential new subscribers, and new fans. So
And the merch store. Don't forget the merch store in the description.
Oh yeah, merch. Yeah, go in the description and get some gear. We got a lot of fire in there. If you're a Knicks fan, you'll love it. If you're a New York fan, you'll love it. But yeah,
if you're
man.
a sports fan, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Yeah.
That's a whole fact.
Happy belated Father's Day, fellas.
Yes.
How we doing? How's
Hey,
everybody?
you were supposed to say that to me. Yo, Jay, you were supposed to say, Dad, happy Father's Day. And I was supposed to say, you're welcome, son. Thank you,
Junior.
my boy.
Does he call you Pop Pop? What does he call you?
He goes, my son works. Yeah.
Yo, what's that shit?
I'm
What's
King
that shit you
Jofi
used to have?
Jalfair. And he's my man Hakeem. My man, Prince Shaquem. My son.
He called me Papa.
All right, let's get to it though. Let's get to it. What's up?
Let's get to it.
I'm gonna let it ride, but you know.
He gonna get him later. I already know how y'all niggas get, man. That niggas is like arch enemy / best friends and shit.
Yo, me.
That was from last week though. I never said nothing the way that was from last week. He had payback. His payback was on the way.
Payback and bitch nigga some way back. Yo, all right, let's get to it, man. We gotta talk some KD, man, because
You know what? That almost could have been one right there. I'm not gonna say payback is on the way. What the hell you talking about, bro?
That's a reach.
That sounds.
Reaching foul, blocking.
All right. Come on, all right.
yeah, that was a crazy reach. Payback is on the way.
I'm trying,
doing
man.
right
I'm
now?
trying before someone get me, man.
You fucked up. Now you're on the radar. Now you're on the clock. At this point, I'm gonna set the timer. Like
They watching.
let me set my stopwatch. We're gonna find out how long. What's the over under? How long y'all think it's before L slips up and says something crazy?
His first monologue. Get ready.
I give it 7 minutes. Some shit like
7 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go 4.5 minutes. So how long? No, I'm gonna go 8.
8 minutes. All right.
Yeah.
That's the over.
All right, let's see.
All right, y'all.
All right, let's get to it, man, because I got to go to bed in a few minutes. KD and the Knicks. Yo, KD's back in the news. Well, he ain't never really come out the news, but, there's been a lot of speculation thus far this offseason that KD will be moved, and the spot. A lot of talk that the Knicks could possibly be a destination that he could have wound up in. The Suns say they'd worked with KD recently. The Suns and GM and his agent said they worked together to find like the best place, for all parties involved. But we've been hearing KD, to the Knicks for a while, especially the last couple of years. Not only this offseason, last couple of years that name keeps popping up. Last year I heard for Julius. The year before I forgot who else it was from. A couple of years before that when Kyrie and KD was supposed to come to town, and KD said that slick shit. New York ain't cool, or it's not cool to be a Knicks fan, whatever the fuck he said.
The Knicks is corny.
Yeah, the Knicks is corny. You know what I'm saying? He spurned us, him and Kyrie, but I always advocated for KD, especially this season, for KD to come to the Knicks, because the way I look at it is KD is a certified bucket, man. Brunson, now you might not agree with me, but Brunson needs help in that fourth quarter, man. We saw Brunson can't play the hero every game, man. We can't expect him to do that. It's too much wear and tear in his body. We know he's Mr. Clutch and all that, but a dude like KD get last couple minutes of the game, he's gonna get you those clutch buckets down the stretch, man. But that's neither here nor there, because Mark Stein, a reporter, came out yesterday and basically said that KD showed interest in the Knicks, right? And the Knicks did not reciprocate the offer. They basically said, no, thank you, gets to step in. My question to you guys, man, is, we need some help. It looked like it could have been possible to obtain him. Is this a Leon Rose, Worldwide West, saying no, thank you? We don't want. No. We don't want to give up the assets for you. We don't want to extend you. We don't know what it's going to take to get you. We don't have the draft capital. Or is it James Dolan being on some sensitive shit? Like, y'all ain't want to fuck with us last time. Now y'all want to fuck with us? Nah, fuck it. We know James Dolan is petty. You know what I'm saying? I say KD would be great on the Knicks. Ra, you seem like vocal about this. Talk to me.
It's probably, in all likeliness, because Leon Rose has been doing the smart moves for the team. It makes sense to either pursue a KD, because it will cost less to get a great talent, alongside of, if there's probably a path to get KD without giving up Cat easier than just going after a Giannis or something like that nature. So if it's not being pursued, it definitely sounds to me more like a James Dolan move. This is the man who still doesn't let Charles Oakley into the building. That hasn't been even resolved. That's somebody who already contributed towards your organization. Jay actually familiarized me on why KD even said what he said. I'll let him, piggyback off of it later on. But yeah, KD said what he said. But KD's also known for saying spicy shit to the media in general. That's his. Him and the media just don't get along. He's not a good soundbite guy in general. So I would think that it's more James Dolan feeling like KD saying the Knicks is corny. Nobody wants to go play there anyway, because KD was in his bag about something else that was said, and he's responding to that, and that's the soundbite that gets out there. But if the guy wants to come to New York, and it's like I said, it's an easier path to get a talent like KD. Although he may be a little long in the tooth or a little up there in age, he might be a little bit more weather. He's still got a window where you're going to get high basketball play out of a talent like that, where you could legitimately run without even having to give up Cat. Like, there may have been a window where you could keep Cat alongside of KD, and it would have been a good look. So to answer, short answer to a pretty long topic, pause. I would say that's probably more James Dolan than Leon Rose.
Yo, Jay, what do you think?
I think it's probably a little bit of both. I think that, one, you're right. I think we absolutely could have used KD at this point, even at 36 going on 37. Like you said, he's a certified bucket, and he makes buckets in the fourth quarter when we need him. When we have those times where we go on those various droughts where you're seeing a lot of activity and not much accomplishment, KD would be perfect in that moment because he can create his own shot. He's got the three-point shot if it's necessary. He's 6'11". He can dribble the basketball. Whatever he really wants to do, there's not really much of an answer for his style of basketball. So we'll just start there. Second part, to piggyback on what I said, a few years back when we were supposed to be courting KD after the Achilles injury before he went to Brooklyn. We didn't even make him an offer. I don't remember that, but we never even extended an offer to KD, and that was James Dolan. saying that he didn't feel that he would be back to what he was, and he didn't want to pay for what's called damaged goods. Back then, you got to look into that.
That was an official press release. Because
Yeah.
I heard that, not to cut you, but I heard that it was all but done, like through back channels. You know what I'm saying? That they was expecting. They was like, he was mad because he thought for sure, because deals get done all the time. Handshake, wink, wink, deals get done all the time. I heard that they thought for sure that it was a done deal. And at the 11th hour, he switched it up and went to Brooklyn. I don't know. That's what I heard.
That's what I heard as well.
Because of Dolan never presented the actual offer. Like, he held back on the offer because he felt that he was damaged goods.
Okay.
KD took it personal and decided to go in a different direction. And again,
Jay with the scoop.
like, again, these that was all speculatory. I believe in the sources that I was hearing that from back then, and it's a couple years back again. But to fast forward through time and space, right now, I think that it's more of a James Dolan type of a thing, because those statements went out, like Ross said, after that shit happened. KD, he's very vocal. He wears his heart on his sleeve. He don't hide from nobody unless he's using a burner account. But yeah, but for the most part, he pops his shit. He says what he wants. He doesn't really have
he don't got hair in his tongue.
Yeah, so he just goes for it. So he said those things, and it's possible. But I also think that it's also possible that we don't really know the context in which the Knicks said they weren't interested. It's possible that there is an interest, but the conversation that went back and forth with Phoenix was that the ask might have been just too great, and they were like, we're not interested in blowing up the whole shit to get a 36 going on 37-year-old. It doesn't fit in with our plan of what we're trying to accomplish moving forward. So we don't know the context in the way it was said. I know Stein came out and said that they have no interest in KD. I don't believe that that's the case. I think that there was something more to that triggered them to say that they're not interested in it, like maybe the possible construct of the deal. But again, we don't know. We're kind of just speculating at this point.
Unless because word is he wants to be extended. Pause now. How much of an extension he wants on that deal is crucial. We don't want a 41-year-old KD. He get.
Gotta be sitting on the bench more or less. He probably be injured by that time too.
I give him $60 million a year.
I think a 36-month deal is appropriate at this point. 3 years.
So speculation is, but we didn't hear this from him or his camp, but they say 2 years. I think they said 120 million. So that falls in line with the numbers you guys are talking about. But
Sheesh.
I'd be willing to tell you the truth. I'd be willing to do that, and I'm gonna pass it off to you. Give me 1 second. The reason why I'd be able to do that is because, and this is not me being like some type of basketball genius. Everybody knows this. KD could basically play in any system. You know what I'm saying? He loved Golden State so much because the ball never, the ball wouldn't stick. A lot of ball movement. He doesn't require a lot of dribbles, to get a shot up. Yo, L, remember when during COVID we was outside balling and we used to play 1-on-1, but we only could take 3 steps?
Yeah.
KD's perfect with that. You know what I'm saying? He don't need a lot of dribbles to get to his spots. He shoots 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and 90% from the free throw line. He's wild efficient and he's clutch. You seen what he did. You seen how he did Giannis a couple years ago in that Brooklyn series, man. I would sign for it, but L, what do you say?
I say this has got to be one of the most heartbreaking moments for Knicks fans. Like, I mean, think about that. KD, as far as the reports are saying, KD tells us that he wants to come to New York. Mm-hmm. And we're like, we don't need you. We don't need KD? Mm-hmm. What's going on here, man? Like, all right, so what Stephen Smith is saying, like, he's still, James Dolan is salty because the way, like you were alluding to, that KD in the 11th hour broke away and went with Brooklyn. But, bro, this is business, man. Like, let that be that. Yo, that's funny. I was watching Stephen Smith and Molly was on there. You know the chick, his co-host? Mm-hmm. Molly, right? So she took the woman's approach. She was like, well, it's like a girl, I gave you a chance before and you didn't want to get with me and now you coming back. Man, shut the fuck up. What are you talking about, man? What are you talking about? We had the chance to get KD and y'all talking about some feelings? Ah, man, this is... I'm not even that much of a Knicks fan. This is heartbreaking to me, man. What are you guys feeling, man? You guys are more diehard than me. I know this has got to be like
You're a Pacers
heartbreaking,
fan. I don't
bro.
even know why the fuck we talking to you right now. To be honest with you.
You were tight Halliburton and
Nah,
scored points last night.
but more than anything, I'm a basketball fan. More than a Knicks fan, I'm a basketball fan. I love basketball. And I think the Knicks just fumbled on this one, man. Like, this is our chance at the title. Bring him in for 2 years, man. Let him retire here. Because he ain't got that much longer, right?
I don't know. We'll see.
2 years and 6 years. Aaron Russell just said.
Put it
shout
this
out to
way,
Aaron
I don't
Russell
want him
Che.
more than 2 years. I don't want him more than 2
$60
years.
million. KD's
Yeah,
still eating.
He
Love
is.
it.
That's 60 million a year is
Eating like
is
a lion
pricey to
feast.
me. That's a pricey. That's a heavy price to
But yo,
ask.
you just gave your head coach $30 million to sit on his ass.
Oh, listen, I know we're not going back to that conversation, though. I know we're not
going
Yo,
No,
he
but
was. Yeah, I'm not
with you.
gonna do it.
Al, I'm with you. I would definitely listen. Like you just said something, and Q, I'm gonna go to you too. The championship window. I hear people say, "Oh, it's like got 4 or 5 years." No, we don't. It's to me, it's a 3-year window tops. That's in my opinion.
I think two. I think it's a 2-year.
All right, so
window.
2. Okay, I agree with that too. Let's push all the chips in the middle of the table and get your boy Cash a chip already before I'm done. Ski. Q, holla at your boy.
Yo, I think it's because I think it is Dolan a little bit, man. And I know we're not speaking about the Tibbs thing, but look, you know what I mean? That like now it's starting to kind of come into fruition where I feel like Tibbs made Dolan made the reason to fire, Tibbs, and I feel like he also made the petty reason to not want KD. You know, I'm pretty sure Leon Rose is a smart man. Now we've been saying Leon Rose has been making obviously decisions that he need to make. So if it came down to Leon Rose's decision, then obviously I would put my faith in a bucket, be like, all right, fuck it, this guy's actually got a plan, right? Like he knows something that we don't, obviously. You know what I mean? And we all know that KD does get hurt. The numbers match up already. We know Kevin Durant is a better scorer than Karl Anthony Towns, but Karl Anthony Towns played really well last year, surprisingly, probably like his best season of his career. You know what I mean? There was speculation it was because maybe it was under Tibbs again. You know what I mean? And being that he played under the Timberwolves in the past, but do we really want to look like the New York Knicks team that's the fifth team that Kevin Durant has finally come to, which became another super team to try to win a chip? Like, is that what we want to like? And I think that's what Leon Rose and World Wide West are kind of like sitting back and thinking, like, aside from the fact, is he even gonna play is he gonna really actually do what he needs to do to actually help us get it to the chip? And right now with that uncertainty, when you have that little bit of uncertainty, you're like, damn, bro, this is a big decision to make. I'm gonna pay this guy a lot of money, but if we don't win the chip in 2 years, we basically have to start all over again. But if we do win the chip, then I fucking look like a genius, but now also look like the team that went to go grab the guy that been moving to all these other teams to try to win a chip and only did it once. He only did it with the Warriors. He tried, and he did the same thing he tried to do in the Nets. He tried to do it again in the Suns. I think if he would have stood, I think KD's legacy would have been way iller if he would have stood in OKC with Harden and Westbrook, because he was there for 8 years. They could have definitely won 2-3 chips if those three gentlemen would have shut the fuck up and had the mentality of just like, yo, let's win. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure
because it was a super team organically.
Without even realizing of how good they were gonna be. You know what I mean?
But James was growing. He wanted to start. Yeah, man, it's just crazy.
I was just looking at their ratings for OKC back from 2K10. Their ratings were horrible, bro. That team just came out of nowhere.
You still playing 2K10?
Nah, I was scrolling some posts today, man.
He's playing that shit. He's playing that shit on Q's Commodore 64.
Play that shit on dial-up.
Q signed in on a Dreamcast.
Nah. I had Nintendo. I ain't that young. But no, I think that's what it is. I think it's a little bit of both, but it's a sticky situation when you talk about Kevin Durant. But would I have loved a healthy Kevin Durant on any team is disastrous, but you know what I mean? Y'all niggas are stupid.
Nigga sounded on Sega Genesis.
On a Dreamcast. On a fucking Dreamcast.
Yo, that's crazy. That was a wild one. That was a good one. That was a good one. But
You
nah, but
using
yo,
the Dreamcast browser.
Dreamcast. That shit is funny.
That shit had a browser. Shit.
Did
That
though.
was a good
I don't know.
system.
You tell me. Nah, but
That shit
nah.
running. That shit running hot right now. Smoke is coming out the back of that motherfucker right now.
You got the fan pointed down that shit. Nah, but
Back in the
Nah,
days, you gotta put a
Yeah,
fan
that's
on the back
crazy.
of that shit. You play that shit so long.
They got it inside the freezer.
That's funny. And yo, what's crazy? Nobody
Nigga, ice
even know the
packs.
joke. Nobody even understand the joke. That's the crazy shit. You know?
Oh, yeah,
man.
we showing our age. We old. They're like, what's a Dreamcast?
what's it?
No, like you don't even know why you're comparing
Nah,
my shit
they
to
know.
a Dreamcast.
They
You
know.
know?
But yo, before we close this KD shit out, I think I don't think it's necessarily over yet. I don't think I never really thought the Knicks were the front runner for him because I thought like Houston might be a good spot for him, Memphis possibly,
Minnesota.
Spurs.
Minnesota. I'm hearing this heavy traction with Minnesota.
Spurs is probably
That's too
And the-
much. I
and the-
wouldn't want to see
and the
that.
Spurs. Nah, why not?
Minnesota, him and I guess it's like, yeah, I'm playing with my idol, yeah, but like,
Hey,
Whoa,
yo, there it
whoa,
goes.
whoa.
There it goes.
How many minutes?
10 minutes and 47 seconds.
y'all reaching
Yo,
again, man.
that was
Got him.
I'm
reckless.
playing
Yo,
with my idol.
I'm playing with my
I'm
idol,
playing with my
man.
idol.
You know, I think, Jesus
Sorry.
Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God.
That's
Hey, in the comments, I'm gonna need to know, man.
No, that reaction was.
God.
too
We gotta
many
erase
words.
this one, man. Right?
Got him.
Right on time.
Nah, come on.
Got
Comments.
him.
Tell me in the comments.
I won the old
I'm
one.
playing. I'm referring to Anthony Edwards and KD playing basketball, and I said I'm playing with my idol.
That's reckless, nigga.
I don't know.
You didn't say all that in the beginning. You didn't say basketball.
you
and
did- you did not
You weren't that articulate. You said
specify-
I ain't
Yeah,
trying to
word
play
up.
with my idol.
He wasn't descriptive at all.
Reckless. That's reckless. You got
Well,
you.
you gotta stay
Thank you,
alert.
thank you. I got
alert.
stay. What'd you say? Stay alert, right? Stay woke.
Stay alert.
All
alert.
of the above. But I don't even remember what I was saying.
Nah,
man.
but Katie in Minnesota. That Julius Randle, you probably have to, and we're gonna wrap this up. But Julius Randle, you probably have to give up probably, and something else. I ain't really looked at the what the package would be, but pause. But Julius Randle. I saved it at the last second.
Get him. Get him.
Nah, I
Nah, he
saved it
caught
at the
himself.
last
He
second.
caught himself. He
did.
caught himself.
I saved it at the last
Oh
second.
man, oh man, oh man.
Sharps.
Good. Yeah, he's sharp. He
Right.
stays sharp.
I'm
He
alert,
stays
I'm
sharp.
Stay alert,
He
kid.
stays sharp. I'm just be careful. Hell already lit the room up.
Sharks-
The room,
Sharks is-
the room already
Sharks
has
is
gas
out.
in the air. Yo, you gotta watch. Don't spark nothing because Hell already opened up the gas canister in here. Like you be careful. Easy.
Nah, but yeah.
Combustible right now,
Oh,
Yeah,
kid.
it's combustible.
Nah, but yeah. So I don't know, man. We'll see what happens, man. I wouldn't mind seeing Katie in this. If you don't go to the Knicks, put him in the fucking West on the Spurs or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Get him out of here, pack him up. You know what I mean? Because
We keep him in the West.
I don't want to see him in Miami. I don't, I don't want. We're getting ready to talk about the Bane Orlando trade, but I don't want to see Miami get better because Miami was on the table too. You put him with Bam Adebayo, Tyler Hero, and Pat Riley, and them was always cooking. So
That's not enough. They're still
that
couldn't
ain't
do it.
enough, but that elevates him a little bit. You know what I mean?
I mean, no, it elevates the Heat. It doesn't elevate him.
Yeah, elevates.
He's pretty much in the same situation in the East because even at that point, he's not necessarily better than the top five. It makes them more competitive, but nah, it wouldn't be enough for Miami.
Nah, yeah, I agree.
I mean, you gotta think they were in the what were they playing? They were a playing team this year, right?
It puts Miami, let's say top 8, which they'll still be a playing team. At best, maybe they're 7.
No, I
You know
think
what
he
I'm
moves
saying?
the needle more than that. I think he moves the needle much more than that.
You know, be crazy. I'm surprised we're not hearing more from Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Trying to, like,
I
trying to do
heard
something.
they're getting ready to break shit down. That's the word on them. I heard they're getting ready to break all that shit down and try to like start all over. But
If they're able to keep what they got and get KD to Atlanta with trade, that vastly improves Atlanta, who's been in the playoffs and they make runs every year towards.
They don't
either
have
like-
anybody. All they have is Trey.
They have Deontay. They have DeJounte Murray. They have Trey. You add KD. Don't sleep on Cleveland too.
nah, I mean the East is wide open, man, and that's gonna bring me to what we're getting ready to talk about now. Listen, Shams Charania, right? The new Woj or whatever, you know what I'm saying? NBA insider. He's like the new guy on ESPN. Every time there's a trade goes down, or a deal gets done, he's on there talking about it. If y'all paying attention, a couple of weeks ago he was like, "This is going to be the most volatile and action-packed off season in terms of like players being moved." You know what I'm saying? And a good percentage of the league GMs are going to be looking to buy because with all the parity around the league, everyone thinks they got a shot. You know what I mean? So you're going to see a lot of buys, as opposed to sellers. But the first real domino to fall happened 2 days ago. Was Desmond Bane to the Magic. For me, at first glance, for a boatload of assets, man. On the surface, when I first looked at the trade, I'm like, damn, that's a hell of a lot of shit to give up. You know what I'm saying? Yo, it's fucking KCP, Cole Anthony. What was it? 5 first-round picks, 4 unprotected, I think. One pick swap. That's fucking Mikal Bridges-esque.
Mikal Bridges,
You know what I'm saying? So is this how the market? This is the new market for things. We're gonna talk about that, but I'm paying close attention to the Magic, man, particularly because they're in the East. What they do affects our Knicks. But let me address the picks first before I pass it off. The Magic. Listen, yes, a lot of stuff, but when you really think about it, the Magic are up and coming, right? Pause. They're gonna be really good. These picks might not be that great. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, by the time everything's said and done, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's 4 picks. What if it's 4 late round picks? You know what I mean? A lot of top picks don't pan out. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's that crazy. Cole Anthony, he's expendable. KCP, I like him. He's a 3-and-D guy. Pause. He's good on ball defender. Pause. But he had a bad year last year. And listen, he's not a make it or break it guy. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I like the trade. I think Orlando. I think they're very good defensively, and I think Bane isn't as good defensively. He's not terrible, but with Suggs and Paulo Banchero and Franz Wagner and these guys, they all very good defensively. So you're able to hide them a little bit. They're second in the league in defensive rating on 109. Offensive rating, they were close to last at 27. Bane is a scorer. He can get buckets. You know what I'm saying?
He can get buckets. That was what they wanted.
That's exactly what they wanted, man. So, also he can shoot. They're also close to the bottom of the league, I believe, in 3-point shooting, right? So I like the trade. I think it makes them better. I'm not sure if it makes them a title contender, but I think it definitely puts them in the conversation, man. Q, I'm gonna go to you first. My bad, Rock.
No, go ahead, Q.
I agree. I don't think it makes them an automatic title contender, but like you said, they did lose a lot of picks, but they're always gonna pan out. But it did seem like a little bit much. But then if you look at it on the hindsight, Homie Bane is averaging more points than KCP and Anthony combined. You know what I mean? And he shoots 38, 39 from the 3-pointer, and that's what the Magic desperately needed. The Magic lost a lot of games because they shot 15% from the 3, and they shoot a lot of threes. I remember one game I even went to last year, shot 38 3-pointers and made 7 of them. That's terrible. It's terrible. So I think he's definitely
terrible.
It's terrible, but
terrible.
I think he's definitely going to be an automatic improvement. But to be a title contender, I think this is a move that they had to make, especially in the East right now, because it's going to be a little bit more open. Damian Lillard's out of season, so Bucks going to have to figure this shit out. The Celtics is losing Jason Tatum, so the Celtics going to have to figure it out. So they finished I think 7th or 8th last year. This year, they might move up to 5th or 6th now. They can fight in a better position to put themselves in a better position in the playoffs to actually make a better run. I don't think it automatically says it doesn't really scream out wow to me, because they're still gonna need another either point guard or small guard, because those are the two positions he plays.
Suggs is the point guard. Suggs get busy. I like Suggs a lot.
Yeah, but is he starting? Because I was looking at the depth chart.
He's hurt though. I think
he was hurt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Suggs is a dog.
So,
Suggs is a dog.
Yeah.
I would have to agree with Q. I would have to. I 98% agree with everything that Q just said, because does it move the needle for the Magic? For sure. All right, for sure it moves the needle, but does it make them a title contender? No. And I would also have to go to with Aaron on our comments. You can bring the comment back up. For what they gave up to get a Bane, they could have at least made a run. They could have made a run at Giannis if these are the type of deals you're gonna try to.
What's the premium? you got 4 for Bridges, 4 or 5 for Bridges.
Well, I mean, listen,
and
we
you got
can't
4 or
do-
5 for them.
this is not
What's
y'all
the
talking
premium for Giannis though? Is
Well,
that the
the total-
market?
Period.
They're
Well,
setting the
well,
market. It looks like.
Your whole starting lineup.
It is
Yo.
well, again, if you're going to do that, what I'm saying, like, mind you, the Knicks overpaid, yes. We all agree that the Knicks overpaid for Bridges. That's
Now in
the general
hindsight, yes.
consensus.
In hindsight,
personally, I'm not. I think we haven't seen yet. I think Bridge earns his weight in gold. Maybe this coming season, depend on how the Knicks recover. But that's
With
a
a new
that's
coach,
a different discussion.
new system.
But to Aaron's point and to what Q is saying, it's kind of like it moves the needle. But if you're going to Desmond Bane, who does improve your shooting, he doubles the percentage. He goes to 15 to 30 for sure, but it doesn't put them over the top. If it only takes you from 8 and puts you now at like 5,
What,
6,
you think it puts
5
them
in
at 5?
the
Let's see.
East, 5,
You got-
6.
All right,
You
let's
still-
think about it, Rob. What do we got? Cleveland. What,
You
we
got
don't know what they're
Cleveland.
gonna do.
We
They
don't
folded
know-
crazy.
All right,
right?
but let's just say all things considered, Cleveland hasn't lost anybody, didn't get injured. They just got eliminated in horrific fashion,
Okay.
right? But let's just say Cleveland's still Cleveland. They were number 1 this year, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's just say
Cleveland Pacers.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
You got to put the Pacers there because
Gotta
the
put
Pacers
them
are
there.
where they're at right now. Okay,
Yeah.
Cleveland and Pacers.
Knicks.
Let's just say, of course, the Knicks, because they haven't shaken anything up yet, right?
Right.
Even with the fall off, you got to put the Celtics at 4.
I don't know.
Right?
That's where we part ways.
Even with the fall off, wait,
With no Tatum?
With no Tatum, but let's just say they haven't lost White yet. We don't know who else they're going to lose. We don't know how that team is actually going to maneuver. But let's just say, all things considered, if it's Brown's show this year and they still have White or they figure certain things out, you got to put them at 4 or 5. Even if you don't want to put them at 4, who's at 4 then? If the Knicks,
I might put Orlando at 4.
Or Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit too.
Oh, yeah, I might. Yeah, Detroit.
I would say,
But it's like this. I'll give you that.
Okay,
They're all like sitting at
so
that.
boom.
Yeah.
So now we have 1, 2, we have 4, 5, right? 4, 5, and it's in Orlando. To me, maybe beats Detroit because we don't know what Detroit has done, right? So maybe they're ahead of Detroit. You got to remember, there's still until Giannis is moved, if he's moved, Milwaukee's going to be a contender. Until we don't know what Philly's going to look like yet next year,
not
but
really.
let's not act like Philadelphia is not still Philadelphia, right? And this is why everybody's saying the East is wide open. That's why I say the East is wide
Philadelphia
open.
is still Philadelphia. I don't. think
What
they're gonna be
I mean by
anywhere.
that is the Eastern Conference is still going to be the Eastern Conference, which means these teams that I'm naming, there are no teams that are shooting up through the line. Like, you can't say, oh, well, the Raptors are going to be X, Y, and Z. We don't know. They're going to be. They're still going to be what they are. You can't say
They're a
who
rebuild.
else. Who else?
But the
They're a
question
rebuild.
is- But the question is,
Miami's
does Desmond
retooling.
Bane-
Well, here's a
It
big
doesn't-
question.
Atlanta's
no,
gonna be a
it doesn't move the needle
rebuild.
enough. It
What
doesn't
if
move the needle
KD
enough for what they
does
gave
he
up.
make the title?
Ends up
those are the what
one
if.
of those teams.
Those are the what ifs, though. These are the what ifs. As it stands right now, what they gave up to get Desmond Bane does not move the needle to where, like, what it says the Magic a title contender. No, because even with Desmond Bane and what they gave up to get him, no, they cannot beat the top 3 teams in the East, even with a Desmond Bane. I don't see them beating.
I agree.
I don't see them beating Cleveland fully healthy. I don't see them beating the Knicks fully healthy. I don't see them beating Indiana. Fuck it.
Right.
Fully healthy. I do not see the Magic with Bane being added as an addition, being able to outright beat those top 3 teams at all.
I agree. I don't disagree with you. Yeah. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah, no, same thing. I don't think that they're even going to be. I don't think it does anything for them at all. I think it's a net. I think it's a net zero ad.
That's a bit extreme. You don't think it's a bit extreme, Jay?
Yeah, you think it's a
I don't-
wash?
You think it's a wash?
I don't see. I don't see.
Let me understand,
anything.
maybe it's me. I'm a little fucked up, maybe. Let me understand.
A little fucked up,
Did you not listen to
I don't-
anything, Q?
I don't-
Look what it does when
I
they're
don't-
shooting.
I mean, yeah, it gives them shooting, but I don't see them becoming anything more than what they already are. Like, I don't see them automatically launching anywhere. Wherever they finished last year is about where they're going to finish again. I don't see them as being anything special with the addition of Desmond Bane. You know what I'm saying? Bane's a good player. Bane will give him some spacing. Bane will give him some additional offense. But that offense was going to come from somewhere anyway. I don't think it's going to make them like it's not. They don't become that much of a threat based on the talent that they have. They have to make some other significant moves in order for them to be that special. They got the Wagner brothers. Yes, I agree. Those guys are special. I believe that
And they got a
that
budding superstar.
yeah, Paulo is definitely doing his thing, and I think he's going to be better this year. But there's still a lot of flaws in his game that I don't know that he's going to be able to shake out. He absolutely does not have the handle that he believes he has, and he gets himself in a lot of trouble trying to go to the cup. As opposed to trying to be a slashing guard.
Who's
He's
this,
not
Paulo?
yeah. He's not a premier 3-point shooter like that. He can shoot, but he's not a premier 3-point shooter. I don't see them being anything more than what they were this year, which is a possible play-in, possible low, late round playoff team. But that's really it. I don't see that Desmond Bane makes them a playoff team. I mean, makes them a a title contender, or I don't really see them moving much with that. I mean, again, it's a good little move. It's something to discuss.
I don't think you're giving Bane as much credit as
no. I think Bane is. I absolutely. I
think Bane is tough, and I think
Bane,
given a chance, he's gonna give you more than 18. But listen, let's read this comment. Walter White, thank you for tapping in. Appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe, man. I'll take Austin Reeves over Desmond Bane. AR can be the primary ball handler for the Magic. What do you think of that, Jay?
I don't like that. That's I think we're giving Reeves a little too much credit as far as ball handling. Pause. I think Austin Reeves is a good scorer, but I don't think he's the guy that should be controlling the offense. That's not his game. He can absolutely shoot. He can go to the cup. But I think he works better when he doesn't have the pressure of having the basketball in his hands and having to control it. The reason why he works so well over there is because a lot of the attention is on LeBron. And then when Luka got there, it unlocked him because now he becomes the third option, and it just gives him the freedom and flexibility. Yeah, it gives him the freedom and flexibility to kind of do what he wants. If you put him in Orlando, I don't know that he gets that same attention. Now he becomes the number 2, and teams get to kind of key in on him. I think it shuts down
the number 2.
Who's in front of him other than Paulo, as far as scoring? If you put Reeves over in Orlando,
I don't know. I'm not sure if he becomes a
number
2.
Who's number 2?
Maybe Suggs.
No, come on. No.
You started Reeves over Suggs? Huh? You started Reeves over Jalen Suggs?
Yes.
Okay.
We don't know what Suggs is going to look like.
We don't know what Reeves is going to look like.
I don't know. We just saw what Reeves looked like.
Jay, let me ask you this, because and you said you brought up a good point, and I wanted you to ask this because you said Banchero. You think he's going to get good? We know he has faults in his game, but
he's still young though.
Not only is he young, homie missed half of the season last year, and they still ended in 8th place. What were they, 41 and 41? If he plays an additional 46 games or whatever, if he plays an additional 36 games, you don't tell me they get an additional at least 10 wins that puts them, they could have finished in 5th or 6th place this year. With in addition to Bane, you don't think they could move up to still contend in that same position? You're just gonna call and be like, man, these niggas.
We're not giving them credit for the defense either.
Yeah, that's what I was asking Jay. I again. That's what I'm asking, Jay. They don't move the needle at all with that acquisition, at all.
I think they remain where they are. I really don't see them becoming better than. They're better on paper, but I don't see it translating to something I don't see that move putting them in a space where we're saying to ourselves, that might be the number 3, number 4 seed coming out of the East. I don't see that.
No, again, title contender, no, which means they would have to be either 1, 2, or 3. I don't think they're a title contender, but I can't say that move didn't make them automatically better.
That moves the needle to me for sure.
That moves the needle. Yeah. I just don't think to the topic. They're not a title contender, but it is definitely a significant upgrade for KCB.
You watch Bane in Memphis. You was watching Bane can ball, son.
I know he can ball. I told you I like him. I think. But again, some of that was through necessity because Ja was out a lot, so he got a lot more shine than than we would have liked. Not that we would like to see, but then he would have gotten under normal circumstances had Ja played as many games as he should have played. I don't know that. Again, we got to see it. On paper, it moves the needle because we're looking at overall skill set and probably stats. But I'm talking about overall totality of the team. I don't think that they go much further. I think they still they have a lot of other holes to fill. I think they need a true point guard, not necessarily
Who's there going? Suggs, that guy.
Suggs and it's gonna be Suggs and Bane gonna be in the backcourt, most likely. But yo, let me ask
Play
you
that
this.
last comment. Play that last comment about Aaron.
Yeah. If Banchero turns into Ant-Man, they may make some noise.
That's not
I don't
happening.
think he moves a needle.
Told you.
I don't think he's gonna be Ant-Man. I don't think he's gonna be on that level. I mean, he's a good player.
I fuck with him. I think
it-
he's young. I think
isn't
when
that-
it's all said and done, he'll be a super. I got a feeling he's gonna be a superstar. I like Banchero a lot. He can hold.
Which is based on what you're saying. Are y'all saying if he turns into Ant-Man, meaning like you're expecting Banchero to fall apart, like Ant-Man fell apart at the end of the season? Or what do you mean? Because Ant-Man is still Ant-Man, and for the majority up until this particular season, we were high on the guy. Pause.
He's saying he said if his ceiling is Ant-Man, I think he means if his ceiling is Ant-Man, then they're gonna be able to make some noise. That's basically what he's saying. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well, if his ceiling, if his ceiling is Ant-Man, then it moves the needle. That's what I'm saying. Like it does move the needle.
I think it does. I think it
But
does.
I think again, we're imagining through time.
If
and space.
Banchero's ceiling means he turns into Ant-Man, what Q said, with the additional 36 some odd games, and now he's Ant-Man-esque, right? And you add Bane, how can that be a wash?
I think
that's what I'm.
I put him over the Celtics. I'll be honest. I put him over the
Well,
Celtics.
this year you would, but not with a healthy Tatum, you wouldn't.
I think
But we don't know what they're gonna be because Porzingis looks. I'm done. If I'm the Celtics, I'm moving him. He's hurt. He's sick. He's always something wrong with the motherfucker. Drew Holiday's a step slower, a little bit older. He might go like you said, Rod White. We don't know what's going on with him.
We don't know what's going on with White. They're gonna lose White.
There's gonna be a lot of turnover over there. I think they're gonna look different.
How old is Drew Holiday? I gotta look that up, man.
I think he's like 31 or 2 or some shit like that.
He's looking a little older than that.
What you about to
Last
say, Jay?
year.
Yeah, Jay, you
What
were
you
saying?
I think y'all are abs. If and again, we don't know what the Celtics are going to look like because they have moves that they have to make. They don't have the type of money that it takes in order for them to keep that group together. But if let's just say for whatever reason they're able to pull the strings to keep the core together and not get rid of White and not, if you want to move, I mean, Porzingis was in and out of the lineup anyway. I don't think that he made as much of a difference as we'd like to think.
Yeah.
But overall, if you keep the core White and Brown together, and somehow you keep that supporting cast, that team is still very, very deep. Like they have a lot of
Watch your fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Watch what you say around me.
If you're not gonna respect the pause, then
Remember, certain things superseded pause. I don't think that was one of them, but
It was close though. It was close.
Stay alert.
The temperature rose a little bit. It made me uncomfortable.
That shit did move the needle. We know that.
That moved the needle. Walter says, "Do you think with that package that the Magic gave up, they could get Darius Garland? I don't think that Darius Garland's on the market to be moved.
Nah, he is. I've heard talks about
they
him.
might break him up. They might break him up.
No, you know what I heard? I heard people want him. Not that the Cavs are entertaining, but I heard a lot of people are looking at Garland.
Wait, what was the question?
Rightfully.
Do you think the package that Magic gave up, they can get Darius Garland?
Yeah,
they could have gotten Darius Garland.
That's a pretty.
But
That's like
Garland's
what
not a,
Darius Garland.
he's not a Desmond Bane to me. Darius Garland is a system. Darius Garland is wild.
That's not enough.
That.
That's not enough for Garland. That giving up Pope and who else?
I think Garland and Bane are probably in the same.
I take Garland first though.
Over Bane.
Yes.
Nah, because Bane carried that team when Bane carried a team when Ja was out.
Bane got like those intangibles too.
Bane has got a.
What is he?
He's a ball handler. They need a ball handler.
You didn't clean out. Oh shit!
Nah, y'all wild.
You're having a really bad day. You're having a bad day.
They need a ball handler. They need. Not me. They need a ball handler.
That's a crazy.
Cue him up. Let's take a vote.
Q, and as for Q, this is for you. Q.
Comments gonna let you guys know.
Let's take a vote.
This one should have went down.
Oh my God! You're not making it better. What should have went down?
Cue him up. Oh,
mute him. Burn him.
Yo, do I gotta get my whistle? Reaching foul.
Listen, If you're in the
Not
comments,
sure.
was that a pause
Nike.
moment? If you're in the
hold on,
comments,
hold on. Yeah, you
I'm-
gotta mute. You gotta mute his camera
gotta-
for a
let me-
second.
let me
You
mute-
gotta put him on time. Put him on timeout.
Let me cue him up. Let me cue him
over
up.
him and freeze and put the pause over his whole frame. Like pause.
Here we go.
You know, I think, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God.
I'm too mature for the
wow.
pause game.
No, that reaction was to
No,
my
you're not.
words.
You're not above. You're not above being reprimanded. You're
I'm
not
too
above
mature.
it.
Mature.
Nobody
I'm too
above it.
mature.
Pause. You're not having a good day, man. You're not having a good day
He-
so far. We all,
What
we
did I
all, we
even
don't
say,
have
man? What did I even say again?
Yeah,
Call-
yeah.
I don't even want to repeat it. You always have me.
The men in black flash in front of him. They
You always
flash
have
with
me.
the
Stay
men in black
alert. Stay
camera.
alert.
Yeah,
Stay alert.
you motherfucker.
But but yo, yeah, you know, she threw me off of that shit. Well, let's stay in the NBA, man. Let's stay in the NBA.
Let's go. Oh shit, here we go with this shit. You motherfucker.
I brought this up. I suggested this topic because I'm seeing a lot of this shit. You know, like on my feed, on my timeline and shit, man.
Yeah, Cash, hold on. I just want to
I'm
hear
trying to make sure. I'm trying
no,
to. I'm processing. I'm processing while I'm speaking right now. I'm nervous.
On this topic, on this topic alone, I want to hear.
Shit threw me off.
I want to hear Preem and Ron like argue this one out.
I knew you was gonna do that shit.
Yeah.
Did I tell you what Charlemagne and fucking Envy like? We're
Charlemagne and
supposed to be
Envy.
the Breakfast
Charlemagne
Club.
and
You hold me down, man.
Listen. So Luka, man, it's no secret, right? Luka Doncic, it's no secret that Luka's shaping conditioning has been an issue, right? No secret about that. Everyone knows. You seen Michael Finley take the bear from him, you know. Yo, you fucking me up,
took
Rob.
the beer.
It's
I'm
no
sorry.
secret. All right,
Michael
no
Finley
secret.
did take the beer. He gonna take the beer from him. Like I'm gonna take the beer from Q because Q refused to understand our dynamic at this point. And Q, give me the beer.
Charlemagne and Envy. But seriously, but listen. Luka's been out of shape, right? Many believe is the reason why the Mavs, you know, partook in one of the most head scratching and probably like the biggest trade maybe in NBA history if you think about it, right? It's debatable, but it's definitely one of them. You know, some believe there were bigger agendas, you know, at play, you know, for the trade, but a lot of people just believe the Mavericks didn't want to pay for out of shape, didn't want to break the bank for an out of shape guy who's prone to getting, you know, injured due to his conditioning and you know and fitness. So it looks like, you know, and then, you know, it's crazy now. If you see Luka on the internet, like he'll be like doing one curl or one leg lift or like or like dead squats with like 18 pounds on the fucking bar and shit. And everyone's like, "Oh my God, look at him! Look how much shape he's fantastic. This is crazy."
Eating a burger right after it.
Yo, yeah, but I'm saying, you know, look how fucking trim he is, and I'm looking like, yo,
Look at how fast he got out of Five Guys with that.
Yeah, you know what
sack
I'm
on.
and I'm like, yo, they doing too much. It's not that crazy, you know what I'm saying? But Luka and LeBron, right? The West is stacked, right? We talked about Houston, right? Who else? We talked about San Antonio. You know, Sacktown is a really good team. We got who else?
What town?
Oh,
You got shit.
I gotcha.
We knew it was
the
on its way.
follow-up.
We knew it was
the
on
ad-lib
its
was
way,
coming. The
man.
ad-lib
Yo,
was
we
on its
knew
way.
it.
That's what we doing? That's what we doing?
That's a slam dunk, bro.
I don't know. Sacktown.
Sacktown.
Explain how that's
That's
the
where you
pause,
going?
though.
We got Sacktown.
Explain how Sacktown's the
We got
pause, though.
Sacktown.
Do we have
You
to?
visiting Sacktown?
That where you want to go hang out? Let's get a flight to where now?
Sacktown, Bay Area, and back down. You never listen to California Love?
I'd much rather go to Funky Town before I go to
All right.
the Affirmation Town and shit.
Fair enough.
Funky Town.
Yeah, slow down. Yo, that's all right. Let me cue it up.
Let me cue myself.
You know, I think, Jesus Christ, it's crazy. Oh my God. Wow. No, that reaction was to my words.
So the
feel like
Sacramento Kings is what I really was trying to say.
I feel like we should all have access to that button so that we could just go. Like we could just bang, like, ooh,
Yo, listen, I'll give everyone access but Rod. No one will be able to speak if he had access to that button. He'll be every 2 seconds he'll be queuing somebody up.
It sounds like Jay typing. I don't know if y'all ever heard Jay type, but it sounds like he's breaking keyboards all day long. He types with his fists. But
Nah, but back to Luka. Listen, if him and LeBron don't get some popping right now, pause, it's gonna be a problem because Houston, Sacramento, the Clippers are still very, very good, right? You got the Spurs who are very good. Who am I missing?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, you know.
Yeah.
So you got a lot of, you know, you got these teams aren't
OKC.
going any
OKC.
OKC, how could I forget that?
How we forget
And
that.
they're all young. They're not going
Rockets.
anywhere, right? Lakers have a few problems. They need a number. They need a 5, right? A guy who can protect the rim. Pause. They need some 3-and-D guys at the wing. But LeBron ain't getting no younger. Luka's up for a contract extension. This next year or 2 tops, they're gonna have to win a title or they're gonna have to get to the back of the line. Pelinka has some fucking work to do. I'm gonna pass it off real quick, man. Do you think Luka and LeBron can win a title within the next year?
Like you said, if they get some more pieces, I think it's a possibility. I thought they were going to do better.
Curious as fuck. Dallas, 100%. My bad. Once Davis gets healthy, Kyrie comes back. They got the 2
They're gonna miss a
centers.
year of Kyrie.
They got Cooper Flag. Yeah, absolutely.
Is it Kyrie out for the next year?
Jason Kidd. Well, he's got the ACL. He'll probably be back after the All-Star break, I would think, right? Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, go ahead, D. My pause.
Nah. They need more pieces, man. They can't win anything like I don't care how good they look in the season. They had some runs in the season, like where you're like, oh man, this team looks amazing.
Who,
And
LA?
then the LA, and then you turn up, then you tune in one night and they're getting blown out by 35. It's like, how is this the same team? So they're lacking something. They're not a championship quality. They have championship quality players, but as a team, they can't do it this year. I'm just being brutally honest, man. Like, unless the league wants them to win, unless they bring in the refs, they bring them in and they say, hey, we're going to get
not
LeBron one
impossible.
on his way out.
The
I'm
dog
just gonna
connect.
say that
The
that's
dog.
not-
The Mark Williams failing his physical fucked them up because they had a better
that's out
chance
of the
against the
question.
Wolves. They would
I
have had a
don't
better
think that-
chance against the Wolves. Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't think that's out of the question. Go ahead, Al.
Nah, that's it, man. They can't do it, man. They need more pieces. Like, they can't, just him and LeBron with what they currently got? Nah, definitely not.
All right, Q.
So you say Hachimura is not the answer?
You gotta leave me in P for last, and then we'll flip a coin because go ahead, Q.
These two motherfuckers gonna fight.
Wait.
Look at
Plus
Jay.
Lakers.
Yo,
Hold up.
look at Jay's
Walter White.
face.
Let's hear what
Jay's
Walter
like, I
said.
can't wait. Like he's like, got him.
Lakers
Exactly-
need a little
exactly what I wanted.
bit of luck, health wise.
Willie Brown got
Hachimura.
injured before the playoffs.
Yeah.
I agree with that though.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna blow my take. Pause. Before, nah. Go ahead. Good point, Walter. I said I pause it. You gotta respect it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
If
go
I
on
gotta
it.
respect that one. That's a little nervous, but yeah.
But look,
I'll give you that. That ain't egregious. I'll give you that.
I'll make it. I'll get straight to the point. But I don't see them winning a chip in the next couple of years. The Western Conference,
Crazy.
I think it's more vicious, way more vicious than the Eastern Conference. Between
Even with
second,
2 big top 15 players.
yeah, man, like, do you really trust JJ Redick? He's probably just letting them do whatever they want to do. They have an unexperienced coach. Is he really gonna like see like and get the full capacity out of Dalton Connect? Like, do we know if he's even capable of doing that? We weren't
Dog's
even
probably
sure.
salty.
You know what I mean? Like, we weren't even sure he was even like, qualified to even get this position. And now we're gonna say he's qualified enough to win a championship. What with a declining LeBron, with a Luka that we know that probably can't stay healthy. Hachimura, man, that homie's a question
guy
mark.
sucks.
You know what I mean? Like, he's trash. They have Austin Reeves. They
They
have
are
no
15.
they have no center. Like, in one of the hardest divisions. Like, imagine them playing OKC in a finals like this year, with like Eastern Conference Finals. That shit would have been hilarious, bro. It would have been like seniors versus high school students.
Yeah, and
like,
the refs would have been making all them fake calls, man.
I think there's too much work to be done, and I think like I said, like LeBron had one of his worst seasons in his whole career. Like I don't see him, coming back in 2025
Are
averaging.
we forgetting they finished third in the West last year though? Are we forgetting about
Yeah,
that?
but are we
You talking
forgetting
like
also,
they was a playing team.
but we're also forgetting that they could have also finished in 8th if they lost one more game. Like,
Thank
you know
you.
what I mean? Like,
Good comeback right there. That's
like what's the difference?
Yo,
Like,
good-
There's a big difference. Even if okay, so they were all 1 or 2 games apart. So what? You still have to hang with that shit, right?
yeah, but they
either get
wouldn't
lost in the
have.
sauce.
They wouldn't have hung around. Like that's what I'm saying. Like, and when you go into when you go, further into the playoffs, you need somebody who's actually going to coach. This is why playoff teams, they have some of the coaches that either won a championship or been to the championship or been around it or coached on the staff. Like they understand it. You know what I mean? Like we got to where we were as the Knicks because Tibbs is a great coach and we had a great surrounding cast. We have a vicious lineup. The Lakers don't have nowhere near that in one of the most challenging conferences and with an unexperienced coach. And they need some more
Yeah,
pieces.
but
Like I think it's going to be very hard for them to win a chip.
I hate to keep cutting you off,
my
but
opinion.
hold on. JJ Redick with the. I'm no JJ Redick. I don't like JJ Redick. He's
I
arrogant.
can't. I want to take something away from JJ too, but go ahead. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I know where you're going with that.
You know what I'm saying? But he's one. He was a rookie. He did Tom Thibodeau didn't play his bench in that playoff game the whole fourth quarter or whatever it was. But he has Scott Brooks on his bench and he has Nate McMillan. So yeah, he's inexperienced, but he has very experienced NBA guys with him. You know what I'm saying? So and I think, the whole mind the game shit was annoying. It was easy. It was LeBron's way of planting him right and showing off his basketball knowledge and all that shit. But JJ's not a stupid guy, and I think with some experience, I think he'll be he'll turn out to be a better coach. Is he Greg Popovich? Is he Phil Jackson? Is he Eric Spoelstra? No, but I think we're not being fair to him. You know what I'm saying? Real quick, they just need a big man and a couple other role players. Absolutely, if they get a big man, a rim protecting big man. Pause. They'll be they'll be all right.
Yeah, but that's a lot. That's the thing. Like you're saying, we just need another star player. Yeah, you need a lot of shit, and that's the problem, man.
They'll get a center though. You know that they're going hunting for a center this offseason. LeBron is already letting them know, like, Rob Pelinka, let's go shopping, baby. His Q tapped out, his Commodore shut down or some shit. So, who we got? We got
All right, look,
P
look,
or the R.
To stay off the pause radar, we're gonna go faces or pictures.
All right.
Jay,
Whichever. I don't care. Like
no, you gotta call one.
pictures.
All right, this is a face. So I'm gonna go. I'm going to start this one.
Let's get
First
it.
of all, I know you guys hate LeBron. I know Jay hates LeBron. I know it. And as soon as I saw this, in the chat, I said, I called Jay in the back and I said, "Yo, what is this picture? Why we only got to talk about LeBron?" But
LeBron gets views. LeBron moves the needle.
Views. He does move the needle. I think that the Lakers, as good as they were last year, right? And again, that was a midseason trade, a trade that nobody saw, right? That nobody saw that trade coming. We don't know what Luka is going to do in offseason. First of all, we should already know this. Here's the writings on the wall. LeBron's got about a year, 2 years tops in the NBA. Tops.
Yeah.
Everything he's wanted to accomplish, he's accomplished. He wanted to play with his son is on the team. He wanted to go to the Lakers, his Lakers on. He wanted to build a school. LeBron has done everything he could possibly do. The pundits, he the most. I got the most points. This, that, and the third, and everything else is just, I guess, left up to how old we are and who's viewing it, who's having the argument, or who the GOAT is. Michael Jordan's always going to be my GOAT. That does not negate who LeBron James is or what he's done in the modern era of basketball and the fact that he's still playing and the fact that right now he has Luka Doncic playing alongside him instead of AD. That being said, yes, the Lakers are one, maybe two moves away from being a very big problem in the Western Conference. And that's my opinion. And not only that, the Lakers have figured out a way to do all of this without exhausting all their resources. Right? They still have wiggle room, so to speak. It's not like they don't have cap space pieces, things to trade to try to get something. to make it work for their window. Let's just say their window is a 1-year window. Yeah, you're hilarious. Let's just say it was a 1-year window, right? And the Lakers are like, we have to push all the chips in there right now. I think you're going to see a different version of Luka because LeBron's going to say so, right? Because LeBron's on his exit tour. He's on his Jordan tour. When Jordan is done, I'm going to either impart wisdom. I'm going to play my best basketball. I don't want to go out like that. Or even if we want to call it Kobe. Kobe didn't go out like no sucker. Kobe just went out injured, but everybody that played with him had to give them 110%. I think the Lakers know that they're going to move forward with Luka as their centerpiece. Kudos to them. That was a great move as far as the Lakers go. You still have LeBron. I think you do have pieces like the Larry Nances that are out there still. Remember, LeBron could play all 5 positions, so I'm not going to be as tough on everybody as like Hachimura is. Hachimura has hot and cold spots, but Hachimura has to be challenged. I believe that he could be challenged, and if he could step up to the moment, the Lakers can have a pretty solid starting 5. I think they are a big man away. Pause. I think they a good solid center, and let's just say if they push all the chips in the center, they say, KD, we're interested in KD. Let's just say hypothetically, although we haven't heard anything like that.
Yeah.
You align. We know that KD's not afraid to play with other superstars, even though he used to frown on it. I don't want to play with KD, but he did go play with KD and Clay and Draymond, and he got a chip. If there's a way, if there's a path where they could say, "Yo, we'll figure out a way." Bron, we need you to play the 5 this year, and we're gonna bring KD and we're gonna do this, and this is, and JJ Redick, who I also agree with Cash was saying, he's not ignorant. His basketball IQ is high. This is his rookie season. If there's a way that they could all sit down at the table and say, "Oh, this is our plan," I'm not going to say that Luka, LeBron. It's definitely dependent on who y'all put at that 5 spot. It's dependent on who they put at that 5 spot on what the Lakers can do and how far they can go. And,
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Who would they need if you can have any center? Not the top ones like Wemby, but if you can have a role
like Nance is on the table. I don't know if Nance is somebody who moves the needle, but he's a solid 5.
You know who they would. I don't want to give them up. You know who they would be really good with? Fucking Mitch.
Mm-hmm.
If Mitch ends up in LA, the Knicks are gonna cry.
Mitch and Jaron Jackson. If they get Mitch and Jaron Jackson Jr., they right back in the thick of things.
We're gonna and you will never see me on Sports Talk again because I'm gonna say I told y'all we needed Mitch and trade Mitch and I'm gonna like if Mitch ends up in LA with a Jaron Jackson, I like Mitch. I think Mitch is better. If they end up with a Mitch and a Jaron Jackson, then the Lakers are definitely a top 3 team in the fucking West against the Ant-Mans, against the OKCs, against the Denvers. We didn't even say Denver earlier. We didn't even mention Denver. Like
they took a step back, but they'll be back. You're right.
Yeah, Go ahead, Jay.
Absolutely,
Here we go.
Jay.
I can look at his face like he's almost like Super Saiyan glowing right now. Like he's like Goku right now. Like what?
Get him, Jay. Get him, Jay.
He gets gunshots. Like now you full flex. Now flex is out.
No, I gotta get a bomb. Remind me, I gotta download a bomb.
And explode the bomb for him.
All I can say to you guys is this, right?
I can see Mitchell. Oh, Ayton. Yeah, definitely Ayton. Yep.
Forgot about Ayton.
Yeah,
we forgot about Ayton.
Phoenix fell apart without Ayton. I know.
They definitely did. And they're still in search of a center right now.
Yeah.
Right
Good
now.
shit.
They're about to blow up the team because of that.
Yeah, I agree. That's a good call, Aaron.
I don't know why they let that man go for nothing.
All I can say about LA is this, right? They won't be around next year. They won't be around next year.
God bless Craig Mack.
Remember, I said it here first. Years ago, I was watching First Take, and Matt Kellerman made one of the most ridiculous statements in the world about Tom Brady, and he said Tom Brady was about to fall off a cliff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That shit came back to bite him crazy too.
It did.
Came back and won a chip, and Tom Brady won a chip the following year.
Max is a smart guy too.
And I'm gonna go on that same fucking rant right now.
Hello.
That LeBron's gonna fall off a cliff this year. He already was falling off a cliff last year. The guy looked absolutely.
Nah, he was slowly walking down. He was rappelling down the cliff slowly.
Please make this a TikTok clip. Make this a TikTok clip because I want you to play this next year.
He was absolutely toasted at the end of the year. He did not look spry. He did not look like he absolutely had it together.
They blew his team up.
I'm drunk right now.
He is drunk. He is drunk right now. They blew his team up halfway through the season.
Did y'all see? I'm not talking
Nah,
about that.
but he did look tired, man.
His overall performance.
Yeah.
He's at the end of the day, Father Time is undefeated. And I think we are starting to like act like this guy has the ability to defeat Father Time. That's not happening. This
He
is
does.
the year.
Him and them snack motherfuckers. Not going. Allegedly.
Yeah.
He's got that snake oil juice.
This is like a steroid. Avoid the noise.
That Balco. Yo, I put that Balco shit up allegedly on TikTok. I got crucified. It was going at me hard. Pause.
It's $1 million a year. He puts millions of dollars, but I'm sorry.
$1 million
Jay.
worth of.
But with that being said, yeah, listen, there's a lot of moves that they need to make. Yeah, there's a lot of moves that they need to make. I think one of them, everybody has already said that they need a center. But even with that, I just don't see that the style of play. Even if you stagger LeBron and Luka, it just doesn't look. It looked good in the beginning because I don't think people were kind of really like ready for that. But then once the book was open and people had the opportunity to read it and study up on it, I think they were able to nullify them together. And then like I said, they started to stagger them, and it just didn't look as crisp as I think it looked early. Maybe they get back together in the offseason, they start to do some things and work on some things, and you start to see a better version of that. But overall, I just don't think that you'll see them falling into the 2 or 3 or any of those things. I think there'll be a play-in team at the very best next year. No matter who they get at the center. And I think that you're going to see probably, and again, when I say the worst version of LeBron James, I'm not saying the worst meaning that the guy can't play the game of basketball anymore. I'm saying the worst because he just unfortunately doesn't have the firepower to defeat his age. His age is going to become a concern. And he's not playing against other 40-year-olds. He's playing against 19, 20, 24, 25. The OKC, the Oklahoma City Thunder, their average age is 24 and a half years old.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run. You can't run with those motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
I can.
All you do is shoot.
This guy. Yeah.
Now go ahead. You was about to say something, Rod.
No, I don't want to overtalk him. I have a question for you. I do have a question for you. So I could definitely agree with that. I could agree with your take on what you're saying, but my question is this: LeBron has done a very good job, whether they call it Balco or whatever. I don't think it's Balco. I just think the guy invests a lot in his. He invests a lot in his body to play for as long as he wants to play.
We say that tongue in cheek. That's Paul Pierce that really got that popping.
So my question is this: I believe that LeBron's influence on not just the team that he's on, but in the league and people that revere him to be him. Similar, let's say he's MJ-esque in this particular era. I think we see a better, healthier version of Luka because it'll be demanded of him from LeBron, right, before LeBron goes off. Yeah. And I don't think that if LeBron looked gas at the end of this year, he's also listening to the pundits. And Bron is also the type of person, like, I like to prove people wrong. He's probably going to come back in better shape. My question would be, why do you think, as smart as JJ is, if they do get a solid if they do get a solid center that they could bring in, I said pause. You gotta respect it, Cash. Come on, man.
Stay alert.
I'm alert as a motherfucker. I'm alert as a motherfucker.
You on that line though, but go ahead.
I'm
solid
alert.
Big.
I'm alert. That was crazy.
That was a little crazy.
Shit was crazy.
That was a little crazy.
Yo, I'm alert.
Yeah, that shit was
I always want to ring him up. Yeah.
Yeah, that shit sounded like a crazy. That shit sounded like a description.
Yo,
that
take
sound like
fucking ring him up.
That shit sound like a description.
Can we get a vote? Can we get a vote?
Bring it up.
Of course, all right, whatever.
Q.
Oh, man. Yo, you know what?
Nah,
For Charlamagne, I got Charlamagne back. I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say he did say pause.
So we
gotta
got
respect
it's
the pause.
3-2. You majority rules. Cue him up.
Bring it up.
I'm sorry. I was here for you.
My guy.
My
guy.
Jesus Christ. It's crazy.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, he went to the bottle on that shit.
No, that reaction was to my words.
I didn't want to do it, but that was super reckless, bro.
My question, Jay, is to everything that you just said, right? I believe that Bron does come back knowing that his window is a 1-year window.
I believe that JJ comes back smarter. With Cash's point, I believe JJ is not stupid. He sees that he didn't utilize the majority of his bench, which he's going to have to. And I believe that the Lakers are smart enough to know they have to go after a center or a 5 that can not be the main guy, but be the guy. If they are able to get an Ayton, think about that. Like Ayton, where's Ayton at right now? Where's Ayton playing?
He's in Didn't he go to
Who
Cavaliers?
knows, man? That's
Oh, no,
crazy. That's
Hunter
crazy
went
that
to
we
Cavs.
don't know. It's great as a talent.
Which means, and the reason why I say that we don't know where he's at is because wherever he's at, he's not being utilized, which means it's not going to
he's
take a
being
lot.
utilized.
He's on the Trailblazers. He's on the Trailblazers.
I was going to say Utah.
The
But
Blazers, but guess what? The Blazers were trading for some picks, so the Blazers are going to take some because the Blazers are in full rebuild mode. They
Yo,
are
he
in full
averaged
rebuild.
14 and 10 last year. I must have been sleeping.
I think that he averages more than
That's
that. If you
not.
put
That's
him in
not
a
that
team.
great.
And
Yeah, it is.
So Jay, my
Double-
question.
Double, he's going to get you
What,
paid.
center? Hell yeah.
So Jay, my question to you is, if the
Number
Lakers
one
are
pick.
able to do that, do you really believe that JJ and with alongside of a LeBron who's on his encore, right? They don't figure out a way to make a legitimate run. Do you really believe that that's a play-in team with a legitimate 5?
Yeah.
With a legitimate 5, you think that that's a play-in team?
Yeah, I do.
You could name 7 teams better than LA with a legitimate 5, and I don't get plug and play any 5 that you want to put in there.
The reason why I say that, just to kind of give you some insight, the reason why I say that is, it's not so much that you give them a center, right? You give them a center, but it's not as easy as you give them a center. You're saying LeBron James is going to come back in better condition. He's not. He
is.
can't, bro.
What
There's
do you
no
mean
more
he
better,
can't?
bro. There's no more better condition than where he's already at. Like he was in great condition last year, and he's a year older now. So how's he gonna get in better condition? You're on the way down, bro. You don't get better at 41 years old physically in the game of basketball. It doesn't happen. He could come back maybe in equal condition. Maybe he's got a little bit, but the odds of him coming back better than he was at 42
In
the
equal
game of
condition, is
basketball?
LeBron James not a top 5 NBA basketball talent right now?
No, he's not.
No.
What are you talking about?
Y'all can name 5 players. Y'all can take.
We did this already.
Easily.
I don't even think he's
give me
top 10.
Top 10? He's not top 10. Oh, my God.
We're repeating a show. We did this already. We already
don't know.
gave
I don't know.
5 play. Yeah,
I just
we
don't.
did.
I just don't necessarily
I
agree.
don't
Jay-
think 5,
Jay's
but
right.
10, maybe.
I think 10.
Maybe
I think he
15.
definitely
I say
top 10.
15. I say 15.
No.
Top
15.
15.
You can't name
He's
15.
in the top
You're not
15.
gonna name. You're not gonna name 15 players better than LeBron. You're not gonna name 14. If LeBron is 15, you cannot name to me right now. Nobody on this panel can name 14 players that you would take ahead of LeBron James to start a team with next
10
year.
though. We can name 10
maybe,
though.
maybe.
I
They
know,
started
you
team
said
next
top
year?
15.
Fuck out of here.
Okay.
They
All
started
All right,
team
let's
next
do it. I'm
year.
gonna. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go Joker, right?
1,
Shay,
2.
Tatum.
No,
Giannis?
I'm not taking Tatum. I'm not taking Tatum.
You're not
over
taking
LeBron.
Tatum, right? You're
Not over
crazy.
LeBron.
Right now?
Tatum isn't even playing. He's injured.
But I'm saying,
Stop with the- we know what he
Yeah,
is.
stop-
man.
just
You're not
semantics.
talking
I'm
about
These are
taking
semantics.
Tatum over LeBron. If,
These are
if I
semantics.
gave you 2 players and said,
I
yo, we
think-
could build a team to win right now.
Right
you
now,
could build a
I'm
team to
I'm
win
taking
right
Tatum.
now.
I'm
One,
taking
yeah,
Tatum.
no, time out. When I say
He's like
time
fucking
out.
11
Are
years
we
younger
talking
than
about?
him.
Time out,
He's
time
talking
out,
about
time out.
Tatum
No,
on a
no.
broken leg.
No. I'm talking about a healthy Tatum and a healthy LeBron, and you get to build a team to win. When I say right now, I'm not saying
Tatum.
you got to. No, listen,
Tatum, bro.
listen to the question before I finish it, yo. If I gave you the players that you're about to say, hey, listen, we got 1 season to win it all right now, not 11 years, because if you're saying, oh, well, Tatum's younger, you got mad years on him. This year, to do it this year, name the players that you would start your team with over LeBron. Y'all already said Joker. I agree. Who else you think? No, go ahead, Joker.
Walter White, so did Cat. You know, to be honest with you.
Bro,
Don't do
six on
respect.
MVP.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, no. This year, to win this year.
Okay, he gave you his three already. He already gave you three.
No, I gave you Joker, Shea,
And you said
Tatum,
Tatum
Giannis.
LeBron? Okay, and
You go.
Giannis, that's
Tatum,
3.
Giannis,
Giannis.
Anthony Edwards, Luka.
Okay.
Now Jalen Williams is in my fucking
Who?
Jalen Williams, Kawhi.
Jaden Williams for the Oklahoma City Thunder?
Yeah, he's
Over
nice,
LeBron? Okay.
Right now, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I'll do that right now.
You said Kawhi after that?
I said Kawhi.
You said Kawhi after okay.
I don't know. Maybe not Kawhi.
No, you said
Donovan, all right.
I'll
Donovan
take
Mitchell.
Kawhi right now.
Donovan
okay.
Mitchell.
Okay, that's 9.
Yeah, you
I'll
might
take
be
KD
right.
over LeBron right now.
KD.
KD.
Yep, there we
That's
go.
10.
KD.
Okay, well, you still no, he said Kawhi, so that's 10.
Oh, what's
That's
my
10.
man?
No, that's 10.
Hold on. What's my man from the Spurs on Wemby?
You're
Wemby.
taking
Wemby.
Wemby to win it all? Okay. That's
Absolutely.
11.
Yo, he's 30 years younger than him. What do you mean? Why would I pick LeBron?
We have one season to do it. If
You
Wemby
wouldn't-
was
Luka.
no, he already said Luka. He already said Luka.
Did you
He already said Luka.
Yeah, I
Yes, he said
Luka.
Luka.
I said Luka.
That's
I said
11.
Luka.
That's 11.
There's some more, man. We
Joel
just,
Embiid? Nah, we're not.
Nah,
doing
no.
that.
Fuck out of here.
no.
I'm gonna put it in just because you said his
Nah,
name. Though.
nah,
Well,
that-
go ahead.
nah,
Joel
nah,
Embiid
that-
is 12.
That's it.
Nah, take Joel
I think
Embiid
that's
out. Take Joel Embiid out. Take Joel Embiid
Why
out.
we gotta take Joel Embiid out?
because he
I was
sucks.
putting him in there. Yeah.
He don't suck. He just hurt.
Suck.
He just
Boom.
hurt.
So you named
Nah, he
12
sucks,
players.
man.
All right, I'll give you.
named-
Yeah, right.
You named 12 players. Keep Joel. You named 12
I'm taking
players.
Paulo
Y'all forgot
Banchero.
about y'all
Taking
forgot
Carroll?
Steph
Okay.
Curry.
Cunningham. I'm taking everyone, man.
Nah, I can't-
LeBron is old, bro. That's
I'm not
Yo.
taking
he's
LeBron.
old, man. Yo,
Yo,
even if he starts the
Out of
season,
everybody that y'all named, Pat,
Bro.
I could take 4
Oh,
players
Steph-
away
Steph?
from you. Steph
Yeah,
Curry?
that's what I say. Steph
That's
Curry.
14.
Yo,
So y'all-
Devin
boom.
Devin
Time
Booker.
out.
Yo, Devin
Devin
Booker.
Oh,
Booker.
Devin.
Oh, my
Booker.
God.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yo,
All right, so boom.
Anthony
So
Davis.
nah, I don't take
Come
Devin
on.
Booker over
Time
LeBron.
out.
No.
Time out.
I'm taking Devin Booker.
Time out. You
Why
said
wouldn't you take Devin
you're
Booker over
saying-
LeBron?
You're
'Cause he hasn't
saying,
proven himself the
boom.
last few
Let me
years.
let me
Neither
let
has
me,
Kawhi.
let me just bring some levity to what you guys
I
have
brought
just
it
said.
this year.
Let me bring some levity to what you guys have just said. If I said I'm gonna give you guys 82 games to win the chip this year, and here are the players that we have, and here you're gonna take. One of you guys said Paolo Banchero over LeBron James, meaning like as my focal point that I'm gonna build
Yes.
around. Paolo Banchero, they just paired him up with Desmond Bane, and y'all said he didn't move the needles. He's out of here. Point done. He's out of here. Y'all
You said I
fucked
could
yourself
pair him up
over-
with whoever.
No,
You said I'm
no,
building around him.
Yo, but
Your own argument. Up.
No, I'm
Because
not
you're saying
talking
I
about
can-
argument. Up.
You're
If-
talking about
if-
where
if-
he's at
fucking
now.
shine box.
You're saying your fucking own
Paul-
argument. Up.
if
You're
you're
saying I
starting a
gotta pick
team,
one
time
guy.
out.
If I gotta pick one guy to build around, I
Right.
want that guy over LeBron James.
All
And
right,
I'm
so look,
building
Bob,
around him.
this is the same guy, right? Paolo Banchero is so
I'm talking
dope to
about
you.
I'm talking about the position that he's in now.
We're not talking about position basketball. I'm just saying a player.
No, I'm talking about
that
the
you need.
position he's in now. As far as the team that he has now, it does not move the needle by moving Desmond Bane in. But if you tell me I get to pick
I
him,
said-
and
I
I get
just
to build
said, you
around him,
guys-
this is
listen.
your argument. I get to
Yep,
build
yep.
around him.
Mhm.
I want that guy before I want LeBron James to build around for 1 year.
For 1 year.
Right now.
Okay. Listen, just because you're talking in Stephen A. Smith volumes doesn't make this shit more valid when you say it. It sounded as dumb when you said it earlier as it did at the higher volume. I just want you to know that. So, yes, that's exactly
got
what I'm saying.
smoke.
So, boom. Paolo's going to Banchero. I'm going to build around him to win a game in 82 teams. This is the same guy who you said, again,
A game in 82 teams.
this guy, a game in 80, a team in 82 games. I'm gonna build with Paolo, and I will take him over LeBron for 82 games to win. Regale me at this point. So now we have Paolo. He's your first pick over LeBron. Who else you putting with him to build your team? That's gonna
Anybody
win
else-
this season.
Everybody else that I just picked at the top 15, except that nigga
Fuck
LeBron.
out of here. Who did that?
Anything else?
Who fired that shot? Who played those fucking horns? That was you, Cash. That was Cash. That was bullshit.
I'm trying to get ratings. I like the fight. I'm trying to hype shit up.
Is there anything else?
Y'all niggas is good for TV.
The reality of it is this. The reality of it is
You
this.
fucked yourself over.
No, I did.
Who
I
would
didn't
you
fuck
pick-
myself
who would
over.
you pick to put around him?
Listen.
All the other 15 niggas I just picked.
Yeah, but we can argue. This is all subjective, though. Honestly, this is all subjective.
Y'all had an 8-name run
Yeah.
where I can't even contest it, which
All
means
right.
a Joker build valid.
Shay,
Even if
valid.
you want to Shea valid. If you even want to say KD at this point, valid. I understand. I can understand that. And KD is just as long in the tooth paws as LeBron. All right, cool. Who else?
Giannis.
88. Giannis for sure.
Tatum.
Ant-Man.
Tatum. Oh,
Anthony
Giannis is doing
Edwards.
it. Anthony Edwards not because just based off of how he played this year. Anthony Edwards doesn't have the mineral to me. He proved to me that he doesn't have
Versus
the minerals.
LeBron right
if I
now?
could build a team
Yo, they
with
knocked
LeBron
the
right
Lakers
now-
out. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
bro?
They
No.
beat the-
They-
Yo, what you
they locked
drinking,
the
bro?
niggas- No.
I gotta get
They may have knocked the Lakers
Liquor
out.
store's still open,
they,
man.
They may have knocked the Lakers out, but
I need a shot. I'm about to go.
No, I don't believe that was fully a Anthony Edwards led scenario. That was
his team. We saw what happened with Anthony Edwards with the rest of that. Anthony Edwards just is not the guy to me. That's my personal opinion. I'm not saying that.
Edwards annihilated them. He annihilated them.
Listen,
he had a bad series after that, but that series against LeBron and them, he killed them motherfuckers.
I would sooner say that LeBron played passive basketball and the rest of the team didn't move.
And that's the guy you want to build your team
But
around.
why?
Yes.
Why,
You know why?
Why?
Would you go? Would you do Halliburton? Would you do Halliburton?
He didn't have the steam.
Hell no.
Man.
Fuck Halliburton. Halliburton.
Siakam?
No, definitely not Siakam. I'm putting LeBron out of all.
No, we forgot Damian Lillard.
Brunson.
You got Jalen
Lillard.
Brunson. Boom. Now Jalen Brunson, boom. Out of everybody y'all named, I would still say to me, out of the 15 players y'all named, I'm not saying LeBron is number one, but LeBron is definitely a top 10 team. If you'll say you got 82 games to win it this year and we'll build around whatever player you choose, LeBron is in that top 10. He's in that top 10. He's in that top 10.
Flag over LeBron.
Cooper, good one, Aaron Nesto. But Cooper's still not. He's still in college. He's not even in the league yet. We don't even know he's going to get drafted yet. But I see that you like Jay. Bang bang. Fuck you. Listen. Nah, I'm just saying, like, yo, y'all are acting like LeBron ain't LeBron. LeBron is still LeBron.
I don't like.
Yo, were you watching these games, bro?
I got a question for y'all.
No, LeBron. No, hold on. No, because I don't want.
Here's how I'll solve it. If we didn't have to give
Rod's
up
on one.
nothing,
He's gone.
boom. No, I got a question. I got a question for you. I got a question for my Knicks fans, right?
Yeah.
What's wrong with your friend, man?
No, if the Knicks had an
crazy, man.
if the Knicks had an opportunity right now, for whatever reason, LeBron said, "I want to spend my last season in New York." Do y'all take him? And he said, "I don't even want player maximum. We could give a minimum to get him
with this team right now.
Right here. Do you take
Fuck
LeBron?
Yeah.
Why?
Because we need him.
No. Why?
Like basketball wise.
Yes, basketball wise. That's all I'm only talking about. I'm not talking about fandom. I'm just talking about.
But that's not the question, though. The question is,
I'll answer
will we take him over someone else?
Yeah.
Then we would have him.
Hold on.
Of course, we
Hold
take LeBron.
Let me answer.
We could get Ayton. Let's say we could get Ayton, Tatum.
I'm taking Ayton.
Why would we get Ayton when we got Mitch? That don't make any sense.
Fuck Mitch. Mitch is out of here to get Ayton.
Hell no.
Oh, he can play the bench.
The reason why I'm using LeBron in this particular scenario is because LeBron can play all 5
getting out of hand
positions.
right now, yo.
Wait. Hold on. Everybody. Hold on. Everybody stepping on everybody. Let Rob finish.
All I'm saying is LeBron can play all 5 positions. LeBron is as washed as he is, or he's out of shape and he's at the end of his road and nobody needs him. And I wouldn't start a team around him for 82 games next year to try to win it all, which the Lakers are invested in at this point, right? If the Knicks had an opportunity, missing out on everybody else, and LeBron just said, you know what, I want to spend my next year or two at whatever in New York, do you take him?
Yeah, I take.
Or do you say I'd rather Giannis?
No, I'd rather Giannis.
Take Giannis.
What's it? Hey,
now, mind you, let's say the Bucks. Let's say the Bucks are going to require for you to gut your team to get him. LeBron is like, I just don't want to be in LA. I'm at the end of my contract. I'm just like the KD shit. I think that the Knicks should still be interested in KD because it would cost them less to get a KD versus a Giannis who's still got a max contract left in his.
I think Giannis
LeBron ain't got no math-wise. LeBron ain't got another max left in him. He doesn't have another max contract.
He got one-offs. He got giant one-offs. Pause.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm just saying, like, LeBron is still LeBron. He's a championship player. He's a championship. He's a champion. He's still a champion. He's a guy who has a ring. He's a guy who has not just one, not just two, not just 3. He's a champion. And a guy is good for your locker room. This is why I think LA is not as done off as Jay or the rest of you guys may think as well. I think LA is.
I think they're a player away from
that would
the
be
serious
lit.
contention. They finished third in the
LeBron,
West. Like
OG, Bridges, and Brunson. Yeah. That would be a starting fucking line.
They look bad. They look bad finishing. I mean, this is like I said. Some nights these guys looked amazing. I'm like, yo, the Lakers really can make some moves in the West. And then the next night it's like 25-point blowout. Everyone's looking tired. LeBron's barely making it up the court. Like, yo, bro.
But listen, you got to factor this in. A couple of things. Luka and LeBron playing together, right?
Half a season.
They drew and then they drew a really bad matchup. You got Naz Reid, you got Rudy Gobert, you got Julius Randle, you got all bigs. Pause on that team. Lakers were lacking bigs. You know what I'm saying? That's a really, really bad matchup.
They just gave up AD.
Right, and then you got inexperienced coaching. So, but then they still should have, I think, played better against the Timberwolves. But
What was it? 4-1, right?
Nah, they got busy. Like the Timberwolves got busy on them niggas. Them niggas routed them niggas.
With the 4-1
Oh,
They
or
yeah,
routed
come
them.
on.
They routed them. They routed them.
That should show you right there. We're not talking about the same LeBron. Like your hero. Your hero has died.
We're putting that on LeBron, but there was games where Luka wasn't Luka of old either though. Luka went to bed in a few of those games as well.
Definitely.
still got-
That's
The
why
reason
I'm
we're
saying
it on
that
LeBron,
this
though,
team
the
is
reason
not
we're
going
putting
to
it
do
on
it.
LeBron is because he's fucking LeBron. At the end of the day, we're saying LeBron's supposed to turn around and score 80 because his
he
team
not?
is losing.
Is he not?
You can't score 80 in a team basketball game. Not when you have somebody like Luka
No, he
as
can't
your
score 80 because
counterpart.
he's 40 years old, bro.
All right, well, we'll see. We'll see.
All right,
That's
let's-
why.
Okay.
Let's close it out with this because we went in a little bit over, but let's close it out with the
Fuck you, Jay.
with
Aw, you guys love each other.
Glad I could help.
What did Lance Stevenson
glad- I'm
do?
glad I could help.
What did Michael Beasley do?
oh man,
Oh, I don't want to do nothing he did, man.
That
boy, wow.
That nigga Beasley is wild.
Yo,
I
Beasley's
don't
doing
even-
too much. He's trying to make that shit stick, but
I
I ain't.
don't even want to say what he said, bro. Like that's
Yeah.
just blasphemous.
I'm not with
That's
that
the
type of
language. But
I'm not with it tonight, dogs.
OKC, they go up what 3-2 against the Pacers. One last night in OKC. Jalen and SGA did their fucking thing. Halliburton, I took great pride and it was enjoyment and seeing him
I'm
have
with you, Jay.
his
I'm
worst
with you
game.
there.
His worst game.
This is for your boy L. Go ahead.
His worst game of the year of his career and the worst game maybe in finals history. Now, let me just add, I know he was hurt, had to ice the calf up and all
L,
that.
Look at the camera, L. Yeah, pick that bullshit hat up. That
Yo, but my question, hold on. My question is the series over. They say, let me read the stat real quick. Hold on. I think let me find the stat. I think the team who wins Game 5, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see where the stat. I wrote this shit down. The team who wins Game 5 wins, I think 74% of the time. Let me see. Okay, 74% of the time, whoever wins Game 5 wins the championship, right? So, is it over? Is it a wrap? What do you think?
Who wants to go first?
Go to
Who wants
L. Go
first?
to the fucking Pacers
Yo.
fan.
All right.
Hello.
So is it over? No, it's not, because we've seen this.
nigga here.
Here's why. We've seen this before. We've seen him have games where he was like, he stunk it up, and we was like, yeah, Halliburton sucks, and then he comes back and has 35, 10 assists. That's how he plays, man. There's a crazy stat on Halliburton. I don't know if you guys heard it.
20 points. The 20 point stat. The 20
Nah.
point stat?
The stat that if he misses his first shot of the game,
Yeah.
like he usually plays as horrible after that. But if he makes his first shot,
isn't that what Jay and I
Also, if he
said?
doesn't score 20, they don't
Jay
win.
and I say that too. They talking about L. Didn't Jay and I say that like 3 shows ago? We called it the hot potato effect. Did we not have this conversation?
okay,
I'm bugging.
yeah, that's
Am
why
I bugging?
That's
Did
why
I
I'm
say
bringing it up. That's why I'm
Me
bringing
and
it
Jay
up.
said if that nigga don't
My
score,
colleagues, yeah. So that's the stat. They said if he misses his first shot, he plays a horrible game.
and that's
So-
your man, you gonna stick beside him?
No, well, he's not my man. He's not my man. But
Look at the camera.
everyone has a bad game.
That's your guy. You gonna
If you have a bad game, you ever had a bad game? You play ball?
Yeah, I play a little bit of basketball.
You ever had a bad
Yeah,
game?
he said basketball. I like that. I like that.
Never.
I like the way he tightened up. Stay alert, kid.
You ever had a bad game? You come
Stay
back
alert.
and you try and do better the next
You heard
time.
it, right? He was on point. Rob was on point.
Basketball.
Like, yeah,
I play basketball.
Yo,
Yo,
I was
yo,
waiting. I was like,
Yo,
I was clipping out.
homie
Yo,
sounded
on
out
one of the
every.
chamber right now. Let's go.
Yo, I love you, Rob, but homie sounded out every syllable.
I was
love
clipped up, ready to go.
basketball.
I was clipped up.
I don't think it's over though. I don't think it's over, guys. They've proven to us that they can come back, man, from adversity. Like, so we'll see. It's a 1-game series right now. We'll find out.
Yo, what's your fascination with that ball club, bro?
Yo, I knew that was coming.
No, I
was watching
no,
Jay.
no, it's
Jay
not the
was
club,
fuming.
bro.
Yo,
It's
Jay
just
was-
basketball, man.
Jay
Like,
was fuming. He was
But
fuming. He was
I can't just because I don't like a team doesn't make me blind to reality.
Oh my
guys,
God.
like
But the
they're
fact
not
that, the
they,
fact
they didn't they're not playing that bad. Like they can come back and win another game. Like they just won the game before that. Like what are we talking about here?
They
where
won
do you
a few-
see-
they
where
won a
do you-
few games
where do
up
you-
No,
out of
I agree. It's not over, man. They go back to Indy for Game 6. It guarantees
They're
them Game
gonna win
7 to
game
OKC.
6, bro.
I don't know
They're
about
gonna
that.
win Game 6.
I don't know about that. Jalen Williams is playing some serious
I got a bet
basketball
for you.
right
I'm
now.
with it. I'm with it. I got a bet for you right here on the show. You
Game
with it?
6 bet.
I'll take that bet. What's the number you
What
want?
what we doing?
Whatever number you want. I'm with it.
Whoa. What we
No, that's a
talking
number.
about?
The number is the number. That's a stretch. That's a stretch.
your
No,
number?
whatever number you want. Yeah.
No. I mean, what we talking about money
Oh,
wise?
no,
What's your
wait,
number?
Wait,
your
I
number?
don't, yo, tell me, I owe you
How much-
$10.
how much
What did I owe you
you-
$10? $20? Don't I owe you $20?
I don't even remember, man.
yo,
I-
yo, yo, yo,
Bets of $10. I don't even.
Yo,
I don't even
10.
calculate those shit.
I want to take my 10 and I want to run it for 50.
Wait, I gotta get to 10 first, bro.
What's your cash app? I'll do that shit to you right now. I'll do that to you. What's your cash
Yo,
app?
I don't really appreciate the way Rod tried to infringe upon.
No, because I
Rod
want you
tried
to
to
know.
get some
I'm
action.
with you. I'm with you. RB and J, though, baby. Ribbon J,
No,
though,
but
baby.
yo, listen. You got to open check, right?
Listen, here's the thing, bro. I'll take the bet just to have fun, man. I'm not an Indiana fan, man. I don't care about
You
this
are.
team, but
You are an
I'm a
Indiana fan. You
basketball
bought that-
fan.
You bought
Right,
that
I'm a
merch.
basketball
And
fan.
I don't see
And
no
I-
real sports talk merch on you, but you got that Indiana merch in your house.
Like,
point.
Listen, bro.
That was a
You
good
know how
one.
many-
That was a good one, right?
Listen, let me show you something, bro.
Yo, that shit.
I'm a fan.
That
I'm a
shit hit-
fan of
that shit
all
hit
of
the
these
core.
teams, I guess. Right? Listen, bro. I got every hat you can think of, man. I don't like none of them teams, though.
I said that he got a real
I
sports
think-
talk
yo, but-
banner in the back of his crib, like I played myself out the game. I got a real look at my banner. Look at my,
Yo, but
my
let's
green
put some
screen.
respect on Jalen Williams' name, and I think he's making him. He's turning it to be a superstar.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
everyone's talking about this guy. Like, this is his
I
coming out party.
I
Pause.
think we throw the word
what it was?
superstar.
He
around
got the
too
mid-range
much.
game. No, but I'm saying he's turning into one. He's got the mid.
He's turning into a
shoots from
Scottie
three.
Pippen into a Jordan. He's turning into an ultimate star. Like I think we throw that word
And
superstar
he's-
around because if you separate him from, I'm sorry, Jay. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, here's my question. Here's my question to all of y'all. Would you say that he's a bigger star than Tyrese Halliburton?
Yes, fucking hell yeah.
No.
Hell yeah. You
He
know why?
is.
I don't-
He
I
is.
don't.
We just don't know
No.
him.
Is he a
No,
better
of course
player
we
or is he
know
a bigger
him.
star?
No, he's
There
a
you
bigger
go.
star
That's
and a
the-
better player.
that's-
He's both.
Not a bigger star.
No, he's
Not
not.
a bigger
better
star.
player,
He's a better
but
player. He's not a bigger
he's
star.
not a bigger star,
You know
which is
why?
weird.
As much as we
No,
hate
no,
Tyler
no, it's not
Halliburton,
weird. I'm gonna tell you why it's not
he's
weird.
turning at the box office.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not weird. And that was an excellent fucking point, Jay. The reason why I say that he's not a bigger star and you're saying he's a bigger player, in my head, I'm like, he is a bigger star, is because he's got to play behind Shea. Just like Scotty had to play behind Mike. Scotty was a fucking star. And when Mike retired, Scotty was a superstar because it's his team. So when Shea ain't on, like remember that boy just gave y'all a 40-piece the other night. Last night he gave y'all a 40-piece. And it wasn't because Shea was having a bad game. It's because Shea
had
being
31.
who Shea is, Shea being who Shea is, understands how this game goes, and I could rely on somebody that I could flame on, pause, at will. This is still Shea's team.
They took Shea off the ball. That was pause.
Now,
That was a
mind
really good strategy.
The only reason that we talk about that, the only reason we
bring the basketball up, conserve the energy.
Yeah, that's
You know
what the
what I'm
Knicks
saying?
need with Brunson. See, that's what we need. You know,
we're supposed to have that. Now we have the addition of Cat. There's still some kinks that we got to work out, but that's a different conversation. That's not about this particular take. The fact that Halliburton is a bigger name right now is because he's the face of a team.
hitting your table.
I'm sorry. He's the face of a team. Halliburton is the face of the Pacers. There is no number two. They don't say Miles Turner in the Indiana Pacers.
I
They
think
don't
Siakam's
say
the number two.
Oh no, Siakam should be the face of the team if you're asking me because he's
What's he doing this series?
Siakam is
He's
getting
scoring all the
busy.
points.
Siakam is getting busy.
Siakam's
But
doing
guess what though? Because your boy Halliburton is the one hitting these crazy shots at the end of the game to win, and he's the flash spot.
Yeah.
This is really Siakam's team. Siakam's just not as flashy or as vibrant, or he hasn't done we're here
And
because
it's arrogant. He's the villain. He's not. You know,
Right.
Jay, I mean, Hallie's the villain.
And he's
Holly
dark
sucks.
skinned.
And
Holly
I'll leave it
sucks.
at
He's
this,
more
right?
quiet.
I'll leave it at this, right? Like when you have a villain, they're traditionally the best player on their team. They're traditionally the killer. They're traditionally the guy that absolutely annihilates. Like Reggie Miller on his teams was the best player on that team at the same time. In addition to him being able to hit clutch baskets at really, really, really viral moments. If you take any other team across the league, their best player, when they go to certain arenas, is their villain. Halliburton is not the best player on Indiana. Halliburton is not the best guard. He's not the best guard on that team, to be honest.
Who is? Neesmith?
I'd say Neesmith. I say Neesmith is better at basketball. Bro, he's a better defender and he's a better offensive player. He has a better 3-point shot. What are we comparing?
I don't think I could co-sign that.
What are you comparing? This is great. Let's get into this.
Yeah.
So what are you comparing when you look at Halliburton? What are you saying about his game?
I don't like how. Don't even make me. Fuck it. I can't stand Halliburton. I'm not defending him. Fuck that. I can't. I'm not. I can't.
I refuse to.
Yeah. No. But in all
I
reality,
just can't do it.
If you look at Neesmith's opportunities versus Halliburton's opportunities, Neesmith is a better basketball player. He absolutely is. He's more athletic. He's a better on-ball defender. Pause. He absolutely has a better 3-pointer, so he can stretch the floor.
I agree.
He's a better athlete. He's physically bigger and more imposing in that space. He's just a better basketball player.
He's not more.
I don't know about all. I can't say
he's not more
all
clutch.
Around.
He's not. Halliburton's the new Chris Paul-esque type point guard. You know what I'm saying? If he wants to get you 25, he could, but he doesn't come out with that mindset to score. You know what I'm saying? He comes out, he wants to get everybody else going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can say that Neesmith is better than Halliburton, man.
I think Halliburton is easily neutralized offensively.
Tap in the comments if you think Neesmith is better than Halliburton.
I think Halliburton is easily neutralized offensively. I think he's a very easy player to neutralize as far as not allowing him to get busy during the game. At the end of the game, I'll be honest with you, for whatever reason, he ends up in the right place at the right time. He's one. Some people just have that where the ball magically ends up in their hands and they don't. They're too stupid to know that they can't make the shot, and then they do. Right?
He's right.
I tell you, hold on. I tell you why.
He's fucking right. He's fucking right, though. You gotta call that. You gotta say that. You gotta get fucking He's fucking absolutely. What do you say? 1,000% fucking right now.
And I was about to bet his argument.
Yo, do you see his trap? Do you see how they trapped him yesterday? He had no idea what to do when OKC said, "You know what? They're gonna pass him on the wing, and we're gonna shut him down." And he looks stupid.
See, you making me defend this motherfucker. I hate this. Listen. I hate this shit. Listen, yo. First of all, listen. Hold on.
Q, you do agree, don't you, Q?
Hold on.
Jay, 1,000% right.
I got to get past an opportunity.
Yeah, but I want to let Jay.
Right, Cash. I got it. You got it. Oh my
God! What's the argument here? I forgot what the question was.
Yo, what the fuck?
The Rod's on one today, boy.
I got a couple things I want to say. I got a couple things I want to say. But Cash got to go because he's gonna say some good points about why. He's almost.
I don't even know why we got in this argument, but what I will say is this: the man leg was iced up yesterday, right? They fucked. What do you mean? Oh, that's not a thing. That's not a factor.
Injuries is a part of the game, but baby,
I'm just saying, but yo, you know what I'm saying?
Your play who's on the floor.
It is, but
either play or don't. You're good. If you're on the floor, play.
But that's my point.
Come on.
Hold on. That's my point. Carlisle fucked up. He should have had. What's the name? McConnell was cooking yesterday.
He was.
I don't know why the fuck he didn't have McConnell more on the floor in that fucking fourth quarter. That didn't make any sense to me. That's that Thibodeau shit. I'm sticking with my guy. This is my guy. Where the ship goes down with my guy. You know, Samantha, you want to say Neesmith is better? You know, you made some good points. I think sometimes it's more than individual stats. Like we could say, is like theoretically is Mikal Bridges better than fucking Brunson?
There we go.
Here we go.
No, he's not better than Brunson.
No, of course not.
But there hasn't been
That's
a
not the
series.
argument.
A, that's not the argument, and B, there hasn't been a series. There hasn't been a series where
physically he has more tools than him. He's stronger. He's a better defender.
Wait. I gotta point to that.
He's more athletic, right? But Brunson just has that it factor, bro.
There hasn't
you
been.
feel what I'm saying? That's my point.
If you, including how the Knicks were eliminated, there was not one series or one game where Brunson had to hide behind his offense.
I can hear you, Q.
Yeah, I'm in.
Nigga had to
there wasn't one game. If you want to say, oh, well, Bridges is such and such compared, there was not one game where Brunson hid behind his offense or Bridges because he was having a bad game. Halliburton consistently in every series, including last year and through this year, including their season, when he's not cooking, he hides behind his offense and his defense, and he only shows up, like you said.
Let me ask you this, Rob.
What are you supposed to do?
Hold on. If you take Halliburton off this team right now, where are they?
They're probably still a playoff team.
Right. Three game winning shots in 3 different series against the Bucks, against the Knicks, and against against Cleveland, right?
That's just
come on. Why are we? Come on. To say Neil Smith is better is just crazy, bro.
And one in the finals.
Ain't nobody in the world.
First game in the finals too.
Here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying.
Neil Smith ain't fucking with Halliburton.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1
And
second.
shame on you for making me fucking defend this.
I want to say one thing. Here's what I want to say one thing with, right?
Yo, what are we doing right now, man? Come on.
I think with that hot and cold shit, that Halliburton does, I think that if you gave McConnell that starting position, you would get more consistent play out of that position. With the rest of that team,
what the fuck is this guy drinking today, man?
I personally think that.
Hold on.
I gotta mute your mic.
I wasn't gonna say anything to that.
Leave them drugs alone.
I feel like that. Because McConnell's coming off the bench, but I think McConnell coming off the bench.
Drunk right now.
McConnell, I am. So fuck it.
Hold on. Let me
fuck it.
Let me say a couple things, man. Because hold on.
Let me understand this.
But fuck Halliburton. That nigga's not a superstar.
Let me understand.
This guy really hates Halliburton, man.
No.
Let me take this one. Yo, you know this is just.
But I gotta be objective.
This is just for jokes, man. Let me take this off. I don't want you hating me, man.
He shouldn't even been an Olympian. He was on the Olympic team based off of fucking familiar because he was popular. What did he do
So
in the Olympic series?
you're saying Neil Smith is better than Halliburton? That's what you're saying. And now you saying McConnell's better than Halliburton.
I think if you get McConnell, I think if you gave McConnell Halliburton's minutes, you'd see more scoring. Because I think you'd see more consistent game. Because coming off the bench, McConnell does what he does all the time.
Chat.
This is a guy that gave you 4 points, yo. 4 points in a playoff game that they had to win, bro. He was 0 from the field goal. He was 0. 0.
I wish I had my hoodie on. I'd be doing what Jadakiss be doing on the
So
show.
let me ask you this: why isn't McConnell starting?
I'm not making no sense.
Why isn't
McConnell? No
McConnell?
sense.
Nah, not with the McConnell shit. Not at all.
All right, no problem.
Why is McConnell?
McConnell have last night?
The points ain't everything, bro.
I mean,
They are.
Okay, he had a good night. You know what I'm saying?
You can't tell me that when points win the game. Points is what you need to win a game.
Nah.
18 points.
I'm the one who just said that. They should have left them on the floor. That don't mean he better. Right?
That just means he had a better game.
Yeah.
And
He had a better game.
Listen, bro.
Like, remember that game when?
you can't get
Remember
away.
that game when Halliburton? Remember that game when Halliburton had 35?
He had my back. I'm
Yo,
gonna
yo.
have his. He had
Remember
my
that
back. I'm
game?
gonna have his. I'm gonna fucking shut the fuck up now.
Remember that game?
What game?
When he had 35, right? That didn't make him a better player than Brunson. I don't never think he's a better. He outplayed him that game, yes. But is he better than Brunson? Hell no. But he did outplay him that game, and that happens sometimes. That's what happens in sports.
You got that stupid ass hat on again. I said this where the crazy talk comes.
Nah,
I
but
get it.
you know what? All right, so I can see, there's like so many points I want to make because I've been ignored for so long, so many points. But with the Neesmith and Halliburton, the only thing you really got to give Halliburton is good court vision. He's not the guy that when you're going to play the Pacers, you're like, damn, really got to prepare for that guy. No, we got to prepare for this fucking team full of young motherfuckers with lungs of steel that gonna run up and down the court, you know what I mean, and just pass the ball. That's it, you know what I mean. It's not like we're preparing like, we gotta make sure Halliburton don't drop 30 or 40. No, we're not worried about none of that. We're not worried about. We're just worried about, to be honest, to prepare for Halliburton, you just need to be smart and defend them high. Like OKC is doing, which is what the Knicks didn't do. You got to defend, obviously, from running up and down the court with the transition.
What's going on?
But you gotta defend them at the high arc. And this is why OKC is killing them on the passes. They can't even pass behind the 3-point line. Why? Because they're right there with their and that's where the Knicks fucked up, man. And to be honest, I feel like and this is the greatest thing you can always think of, right? Like when you think of a superstar, face of the league, right? I'm not saying Jalen Brunson's that, but you know what I mean? Like when you talk about those type of players that can change a franchise, change an organization, you could put Halliburton in a team that doesn't play like the Pacers are right now. Do they automatically get better? In my opinion, hell fucking no. Because the majority of the teams in this league, they shoot very high percentage of threes. He's so inconsistent. They drive to the basket. You know what I mean? Like they score points in the paint. He does not do that. He doesn't create his shot very well. What he does, he has really good court vision. He's a really good point guard. He's just a fucking. He's like if somebody fucking took John Stockton's bone marrow and created another point guard that was just slightly taller and put him on the Pacers. Yo, bro, that's exactly what Halliburton is, bro. Like, and this is why, like, just to go back before, I don't build a team around Halliburton, but I could see why people would, because you know what I'm doing? I'm putting way better players around this motherfucker, not niggas who could just run up and down the court, because that's not how you build a good team. Like Rick called out, they have a good system, but it's very flawed because they really have no scores besides Siakam. Miles Turner ain't doing nothing. Neesmith ain't hitting his threes. Like, they need a team to actually create their own shot, and they can't do that. And it's been Halliburton is not doing that. They can see that, okay, we know how to play them now. And now I'm pretty sure that if they fuck up their dynamic right now, they're not gonna be where they're at. They're not gonna be able to. Oh, now we gotta play slower. Oh, well, welcome to real life, buddy. Now, oh, that shit didn't work. Now, you know what I mean? Like, and this is what I, you know, and I say that to say this, you know. Halliburton being the face of the league and the choke of the league, which is what he is. Don't even know how he made it to the fucking Olympics because that shit still like astounds the fuck out of me. You know what I mean? Jalen Brunson would always be a way better point guard than him because when you have a scoring point guard that can just make a little, so you rather have somebody who can make fucking 8 to 10 points with 18 assists or 35 points, 9 assists. You know what I mean? I'm choosing the lesser of, man. This is a different league now.
There's nobody other than people on this panel that will ever say that Neesmith is better than Halliburton.
Boy, this guy Q sure knows what he's talking about right now. And that's not even sarcasm. You got busy right there, bro.
Q Dreamcast is overheating right now. What the fuck is you?
Yo, that's it. That's my last take. Yo, my heart's about to explode. That's my last take. That's why I wasn't talking too much. Shit was overheating.
You can hear the police driving by somebody's crib. I think it's Q's crib. But
that's me again, man.
No, that's you again. They're on their way to arrest you for wearing that fucking hat.
I'm in the bad part of Flushing.
They're on their way to fucking get the fuck out of here for that wearing that hat.
I'm in the non-Asian part of Flushing.
Oh my gosh.
Where you at, on Colden Street or Ash Avenue? Where are you?
Nah, we a little further down.
South.
The Ville.
Where Jay used to be? About down the block from Promenade?
Yeah. We in
He
that.
said, yeah.
It's the Ville, baby.
There.
Never ran, never will.
Guys, we don't drop locations on the show.
Yeah, we're.
Yeah, especially all the shit we be talking.
So the Knox.
The Knox.
But and to the other point,
The bland.
But to the other shit, this shit is over, bro. Like,
Latimer.
The Pacers ain't gonna win.
The main street is over.
Pacers are not winning. Pacers are not winning on Thursday.
I want to make a bet
over.
I want to make a bet with the spread that OKC wins. I think the OKC wins by 11.
You know what really
I think this goes game
guys?
7.
I
think this is a better score.
7.
No,
I think this.
Because you know what really grinds my gears, guys. We're gonna have to clean this
up next week.
Because
additionally, because you know what grinds my gears right now? Because I don't know why nobody pointed this shit out. And Halliburton all of a sudden makes a couple of game winners. Great, you did it for your team. You win. Now all of a sudden now you're the best guy in clutch moments.
Who's saying that though?
And he's not the NBA.
I don't know if you watching the finals. Be like,
I thought you meant I'm saying that.
No.
He's a new it guy, man. This is his moment. I keep telling y'all, this is his moment right now, man. Like,
well, you know what? You know what? And you know
not that I like it, but
and you know what they're not comparing him to, and this is the best shit ever because now they're trying to make it seem like he's more clutch than Jalen Brunson, which he's not. And then secondly, we know he definitely can't play through injuries, which we know Jalen Brunson, motherfucker, could play on fucking 9 sprained ankles, 2 bent knees and shit, and still put up 45 points in the game. And Halliburton, man, just off of a little shin mistake all he does is make points off the free throw line. Like, yo,
It
this
reminds
shit's
me
like,
a little bit of Andre Miller. Y'all remember Andre Miller?
Yeah,
Yeah, he reminds me a little bit of Andre Miller and shit.
But you know, like Jay said, to Jay's point before, my nigga Brunson come to the fucking game with 14 pair of ankles in his locker room just in case he runs through him. Fuck that.
He changes them every
That nigga sprained my hammy hurts. I can't shoot now because I missed my first shot anyway. And I have a deep voice, and then I'm gonna talk like this because I'm Halliburton.
I got breaking news, and we're gonna get out of here. Jalen Brunson is not Rick Brunson's kid. That's Redman's kid, man. Redman's. I'm trying to tell you, man. Look at Jalen Brunson. He got the fucking hoodie on. I mean, the Scully like Redman used to have on after the game. Time for some action, baby.
Nah, yeah.
Gentlemen.
Get out of here, man. This was a
Gentlemen,
great dysfunctional show, man. A lot of like
this shit
just
rigged
say,
in
like,
this function.
yo, this shit was a Royal Rumble in this motherfucker.
I don't want to
man.
even
Like,
attempt to edit this shit. This shit's crazy. We just
You got to edit it immediately. Immediately.
Nah, but let's take a drink.
I'll take a shot.
This nigga got a glass bottle of water. Nah, we ain't. Yo, block this nigga, Jay.
Let me see what he got. What he got?
you drinking boss?
Everyone take a drink.
Oh,
Everyone
that's
take
how
a
get
drink
money
except Ra.
Yo,
You've had too much, young man.
You had much too much, sir.
yeah, Jay,
Is that
Jay
what
got
y'all
the
doing to
boss
me?
water.
Oh no, wait, y'all gonna let the nigga drink water and y'all?
That's rich nigga water. That's rich nigga water.
Yo, just because
That's
you
rich
wear
nigga water, yeah.
you wearing Queens blue and you going no, I'm gonna have another shot and I'm
That's
gonna go to
rich nigga
sleep
water,
and I'm
man.
gonna report to work tomorrow.
When the bottle is squarish, it's rich nigga water, man.
And I'm gonna be and I want to talk more shit in the post production. The talk off. I'm gonna be right here.
The talk off.
Right here.
We gotta listen to this guy for another 30 minutes after the
He's
show.
drinking water with a hint of avocado in it. Shit.
My computer's dying, guys, so I'm not gonna be.
Yeah, on that note, guys, it looks like I don't have
You know, we know Q's his Super Nintendo is about to blast out. He got the controllers on his hat. He's gonna sound like this.
Yo, my leg.
Right, left, right, B-A-B-A start. This shit is done so.
My shit, my fucking VGA, my fucking VGA cords is heating up in this.
What's
I
the
got the
cheat
red.
code?
I got the white, blue, and red in the back of my monitor right
He's
now.
like, yo, guys, I got a son of us took it 100-minute contra. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk to y'all later.
Yo, 100-minute content, no doubt. Signing off.
Yo, salute. Y'all already know.
Please. Thanks for watching, y'all. Thanks for watching, y'all.
Word up. Check out the merch store. Y'all know what it is. Like and subscribe, man.
Yep. Already.